Chapter 2580. Qin Yun then contacted the nameless old man and asked him about Divine Court's Heaven City. This was because he knew that Yu Yun had gone to the heavenly city of the Divine Court to attend some sort of meeting, and it should be something rather important. Otherwise, she wouldn't have attended it personally. That meeting was mainly about the Divine Desolate Land and the Mystic Moon Land. The Dharch of the Mystic Moon race had said that a barrier would appear in the Mystic Moon Land. At that time, there would only be one entrance to the Mystic Moon Land. If you want to go to the Mystic Moon Land, you must go through that entrance. The nameless old man sent a message. Before this, he didn't know much about the meeting and only found out after the meeting ended. It seems like the Divine Moon has already been controlled by the Divine Moon Clan. Qin Yun is somewhat doubtful because even now, he is still unable to contact Siekiru. It should be. The Divine Moon Land will still be open to the Divine Desolate. However, when you go to the Divine Moon Land, you have to abide by the rules there. The nameless old man said. What about the Bright Moon sect? Did you attend the meeting? Qin Yun asked again. Yes. The Bright Moon Hierarch said that the Bright Moon Hierarch will be responsible for patrolling the Divine Moon of the heavens. The nameless old man said, Grandpa Qin, what's the situation on your side? You're no longer the king of the Nine Yang Palace, and you've also left the Heavenly Sword formation. What are you planning to do? Qin Yun said, I just want to focus on fighting the law enforcement world. That was why he temporarily put it aside. By the way, has the law enforcement world sent anyone to contact the Divine Court of the Myriad Realms? Yes. The Grand Inquisitor had met people from the law enforcement world before. I heard that the law enforcers wanted to intervene in the Divine Court of Myriad Realms, but the Grand Inquisitor refused. The nameless old man was a little angry and said with a cold snort, These guys from the law enforcement world really think that they're invincible. What happened next? Qin Yun was suddenly worried that the law enforcement world would attack the Myriad World's Divine Courtyard. If the Myriad World's Divine Courtyard was gone, it would be difficult to ensure the order in the Divine Wilderness. It would only become more chaotic. The Myriad World's Divine Sun is behind the Myriad World's Divine Court. Now that there are 4 Myriad Realms' Divine Suns, the law enforcers will have to think twice before going against them. The nameless old man laughed and said, Master Qin, you don't have to worry about the Divine Court of the Myriad Realms. The Heavenly Lion race and the Sun Dragon race were both present. It won't be long before they can confront the law enforcers. The Heavenly Lion race and the Sun Dragon race were both living beings at the core of the Myriad Realms' Divine Sunday. They could indeed improve very quickly, and there might even be experts that surpassed the Lord of Heaven. Even if they couldn't kill the descendants of the Divine Sun God, they wouldn't be able to take it if their bodies were destroyed one after another. There are 4 Myriad Realms' Divine Suns, but only the core regions of the Ancestor God's Sun and the Second Divine Sun have races. The other 2 Myriad Realms' Divine Suns should have races appearing soon, right? Qin Yun put away the voice transmission divine bead and looked at the 4 Myriad Realms' Divine Suns in the sky. Xiao Yuemei is inside Ancestor Divine Sun, Xiao Yuelan is inside Second Divine Sun, Luiyue Shuyan is inside Third Divine Sun, and Yu Yu is inside Fourth Divine Sunday. The nameless old man also told Qin Yun that if a race of 3 Divine Suns appears, he will immediately inform Qin Yun. Qin Yun is currently in a desolate mountain. He took out the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda and entered the first floor. Inside the soul-creating heavenly cauldron, there were also the souls of the black-clothed women. When Qin Yun went to investigate this time, he was surprised to discover that the souls of the black-clothed women had actually merged together. You guys merged? Qin Yun saw that there is a space inside the soul-creating heavenly cauldron. Originally, there were several souls inside, but now they have merged into a very large ball. That very large ball of soul has not completely merged, so Qin Yun can see that there are quite a few souls superimposed on each other. We were originally one. The soul's voice came through. Qin Yun, I am a very capable person. Don't you think it's a waste to trap me here? There's no other way. If I don't trap you, I won't be able to do anything to your soul. What if you run back? Qin Yun said with smile. I won't run, I can sign a soul contract with you. The woman's voice came through. My name is Yu Yen, I am a very powerful person in the Heaven Secret Sect. Qin Yun's voice is filled with doubt. Sign a soul contract? It seems to me that the souls of you Divine Sun descendants are not afraid of backlash at all. What we Divine Sun descendants fear the most is to sign a soul contract. Otherwise, how can they control us? Yu Yen sneered and said, There are many souls of the descendants of the Divine Sun God in the law enforcement world. After they obtain a body, they want to completely escape from their control, but how can the upper echelons let them do as they wish? Then you must have signed a soul contract with the Heaven Secret Sect. Qin Yun said with smile. How can you sign a soul contract with me again? Yu Yen said, Qin Yun, you have a medicinal liquid that can make the souls of Divine Sun descendants lose their memories. Then you must have a method to erase the soul contract imprint, right? Of course Qin Yun has it. Moreover, it is done inside the soul creation heavenly cauldron. He used the soul refining technique to refine the soul power of the contract. Yu Yen also wanted to tie herself to Qin Yun as soon as possible. Otherwise, if Qin Yun was unhappy one day, he might wipe her memories or use her as an experiment. Then, she would have to bid farewell to this colorful world. Of course I have it. However, you have to prove your value. Qin Yun said. You must know that in my eyes, you only have experimental value. When Qin Yun said these words, Yu Yan's soul is trembling. It is obvious that she is very afraid. I really have great value. Yu Yan quickly explained. The Heaven Secret Sect is very mysterious and one of the core of the law enforcement world. I should be the only person from the Heaven Secret Sect who has been captured. Qin Yun said with smile. If I can capture a person from the Heaven Secret Sect like you, I can also capture a second one. However, I was separated by the Heaven Secret Sect. In order to maintain their mystery, they must reduce their numbers, so they like to use one person as many. Yu Yen said, If I was not separated by them, I would be one of the top experts in the Heaven Secret Sect. In terms of soul, I am one of the top experts in the Heaven Secret Sect. I don't believe it. Qin Yun doesn't think that Yu Yen is very strong because the few of them were captured by him in an instant. Once you lose me, you will regret it very much. Yu Yen explained with all her might. She wants to prove her value, otherwise she will become a test subject. Then why don't you fuse with your own soul? Are you that willing to be split up by them? Qin Yun asked. They split up our souls. First, they can reduce the number of people, and second, they can weaken our strength. Inside the soul creation heavenly cauldron, the contract's soul power can't produce any effect. That's why I can fuse with them. Yu Yen said. However, because of that contract, I can't completely fuse with them. I can't completely fuse with the soul power. Qin Yun said. Then can you take me to the Heaven Secret Sect? He wanted to go to the Heaven Secret Sect now. If he could really find the Dark Moon and Blood Moon, he wouldn't feel so guilty. I can't guarantee it because even I don't know how to get to the Heaven Secret Sect. Yu Yen said, but I know where the law enforcement world is. After going to the law enforcement world, it will be much easier to find the Heaven Secret Sect. Alright, I will help you refine the contract's soul power and help you fuse it perfectly. Qin Yun transferred Yu Yan's soul from another space of the soul creation heavenly cauldron to the most important soul refining space. He told Yu Yen to cooperate and not resist. Not long after, the contract's soul power was completely refined by Qin Yun. Although Yu Yen knew that Qin Yun had this kind of method, She never thought that Qin Yun would be able to do it so easily and quickly. One must know that this kind of contract soul power is the shackles of many powerful divine sun descendants in the law enforcement world. Many divine sun descendants dream of getting rid of it. Qin Yun can easily get rid of it, so Yu Yan can't help but admire Qin Yun. Then, new contract soul power was poured into Yu Yan's soul. She and Qin Yun signed a soul contract. After signing, Qin Yun took out the Gemini treasure mirror, opened the soul creation heavenly cauldron and shone it on Yu Yan's large soul. After the Gemini treasure mirror's profound fusion heavenly runes power shone on the soul, Yu Yan's soul quickly fused with it. This caused Yu Yan to be extremely apprehensive, because it is very difficult to fuse with her soul that has been separated. Even the upper echelons of the Heaven Secrets sect would need a lot of time to fuse with her soul. And Qin Yun just used a mirror to look at it and actually succeeded. A ball of light floated in front of Qin Yun. It is the soul of a divine sun descendant, and it is a very strong one. Those 9 heavens divine body from before were all destroyed by me. Qin Yun spread his hands and said, I just wanted to test how strong those 9 heavens divine bodies are. I didn't expect them to be destroyed by me in just a few moves. You didn't do anything disgusting to my body, did you? Yu Yan's voice came out. Hey, I am your master right now. What are you saying? Could it be that I am that bad in your eyes? Qin Yun curled his lips and said, In any case, from what I know, you are a great sex fiend. You raped hundreds of Divine Moon Clan women in Divine Moon Heaven City. Yu Yan said. Qin Yun spread his hands and said, All right, it seems like your Heaven Secret sex people all think so. This must have been premeditated long ago. No matter what, you are my master now. Do whatever you want to me, I won't complain a single word. Yu Yan's voice is filled with helplessness. Her soul suddenly flashed and a spatial fluctuation arrived. There is actually a storage magic tool hidden inside her soul. She immediately opened the storage magic tool and released a sparkling and translucent jade-like body. That body's figure is very good, it can be said to be perfect. Her face is very exquisite and beautiful. Why aren't you wearing anything? Qin Yun said, Do you divine sun descendant souls always carry a body? This is a body I secretly created. The other divine sun descendants are not as astute as me. They also don't have the resources I have. I already said that my ability is very strong. Yu Yan's soul entered that beautiful and flawless jade-white body. However, after her soul entered the body, it did not immediately fuse with the body. Her body began to tremble and blood began to appear under her snow-like skin. Chapter 2581. Qin Yun used the Gemini treasure mirror to look at Yu Yan's body and opened his heavenly eye to study it. He is truly looking at Yu Yan's body without any distracting thoughts. As soon as he opened his third eye, he found that there was something wrong with his body. Yu Yan's soul was in the process of fusing with her body. If not for Qin Yun's help, her soul would not have been able to fuse with her body. Instead, there would have been a rejection, which would have caused her body to suffer great damage. Qin Yun was an expert in this field. After a careful inspection, he shook his head repeatedly. What happened? Although Yu Yan was still fusing with her body, she could still notice Qin Yun. She asked hurriedly when she saw Qin Yun shake his head. I admit that your body is very beautiful, but it looks good, but it's useless. Qin Yun shook his head and said, Did you do it yourself? Very weak. I'm not a professional, and this body was secretly made by me. It's already pretty good that I can do this. Yu Yan was now able to speak through that body, and her voice was very pleasant to hear. If it wasn't for my help, you wouldn't have been able to fuse with this body. Qin Yun said, Even if I help you fuse successfully, the final result will be very different from what you expected. Yu Yan gritted her teeth and said, Since I'm already yours, why don't you help me? She also just recalled that according to the rumors, Qin Yun's level of inscription is quite good. Hello? What do you mean you're mine? Don't take advantage of me, Qin Yun said with smile. How can it be that easy to be my woman? Yu Yen is startled. Previously, she really thought that Qin Yun was a perverted devil, but now, she feels that Qin Yun has no interest in her at all. She began to wonder if the body she created was not beautiful enough because in front of Qin Yun, this body did not seem to be attractive at all. Soon, Yu Yan's soul fused with her body. She wanted to stand up, but it was very stiff and she could barely sit up. Now that they are inside the Nine-Sun Sky Raising Pagoda, she is not afraid of people coming over. Although this body is a puppet body, Yu Yan still cares very much. Even if Qin Yun saw it from the side, she would feel very uncomfortable. Qin Yun walked over and picked her up. Are you going to do something bad to me? Yu Yan is somewhat flustered, she immediately said. Qin Yun, although this is a body I created, I will not allow you to act recklessly with me. This is the first body I've created. Don't you dare sully me. Qin Yun never expected Yu Yan to care so much about her body. Didn't you say before that I can do whatever I want? Qin Yun looked at her beautiful face and said with a smile. At that moment, Qin Yun was looking at her face at such a close distance. He could not help but marvel inwardly. Yu Yan's beautiful brows were curved, her long eyelashes trembled slightly, her rosy little mouth was like a cherry, and her clear and beautiful eyes were filled with resentment and embarrassment. Do whatever you want. Yu Yan closed her eyes and acted as if she was at his mercy. She was waiting for the storm to ravage her body. The curved eyelashes under her eyebrows flickered, and her tightly closed eyes overflowed with tears. Qin Yun really doesn't know what kind of woman she is. Because in his eyes, Yu Yan is a vicious and merciless assassin. But now she seems to be so chaste. Furthermore, this body is just a half-baked product that she created herself. Other than looking good, there is really nothing good about it. It is impossible to move freely, she can't even stand up. Just as Yu Yan closed her eyes and gritted her teeth, waiting for the fierce storm to arrive, she suddenly felt her body fall into warm and comfortable water. She opened her eyes and discovered that she was soaking in a large cauldron. She could not help but say, "You think my body is dirty, right? This water is no ordinary water. Your body is too weak, I am helping you reform it." Qin Yun said, "What kind of person do you think I am?" Yu Yan originally wanted to say something, but she saw Qin Yun take out many jars and jars. Over the years, Qin Yun has collected a large amount of materials, mainly all kinds of powerful blood and the like. Furthermore, the liquid extracted from the divine sun can be used together with powerful blood. For example, the moon flame divine liquid he obtained from the core of the divine moon of the heavens. Now, in his small bottle, it has fused with the sun flame liquid and turned into the sun-moon divine flame liquid. This kind of sun-moon divine flame liquid is very suitable for tempering the body. Why can't my body move? Which step did I go wrong? I think I did quite well. Yu Yan saw that Qin Yun is very serious about mixing all kinds of powerful liquid and knew that Qin Yun sincerely wants to help her. There are many mistakes in this body you made. I can't explain it clearly. Even if I did, you wouldn't understand. Qin Yun mixed a bowl of liquid and poured it into the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron where Yu Yan is. The Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron became the size of a bathtub, just enough for Yu Yan to soak in. I can learn, I will remember. Yu Yan has a very unconvinced look. It's useless even if you remember, because this requires talent in inscription. You need to use a large number of complex runes. Although there are runes inside your body, those runes are not perfectly embedded in your body. Qin Yun said, "Therefore, all aspects of your body are not good enough. Every part of your body isn't good enough, just like a cripple." Yu Yan cursed in low voice. "Those damned old fellows, they actually lied to me and said that if I stick those talismans on my body, I can imprint the runes stored inside the talismans into my body. There are such talismans, but it's very difficult to make them, and there's no point in making them. It's better to directly carve runes on your body. Qin Yun poured several bowls of liquid into the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and said, "It might be painful later. Just bear with it." "Alright, can you feel pain?" Yu Yan shook her head and said, "No, I don't feel anything right now." Qin Yun said, "If you can feel pain, it means that your body is close to our state." Yu Yan doesn't know what kind of medicinal liquid Qin Yun is soaking her in. She only feels very comfortable and her body is gradually becoming aware. This kind of feeling is very strange, something she has never felt before. One must know that she has fused with her body several times before, but she has never felt this kind of feeling. It even made her feel that her soul and flesh have perfectly fused together. Qin Yun, your level of inscription is really not bad. However, the law enforcement world has never paid attention to your ability in this aspect. Yu Yan's arms can already move. She tried to stand up, but after standing up, she suddenly squatted down and hid under the liquid. "I've already seen it, what are you afraid of?" Qin Yun said with smile. "I still have to carve runes later. If you mind, then forget about carving runes." "Is there a big difference between carving runes and not carving runes?" Yu Yan asked. Because this body was created by her, she hoped that it would be close to perfection. "Big, it's very big." Qin Yun held the floating cloud divine needle and injected the divine moon Tao image into it. He said, "If you carve my runes on it, maybe it will be much stronger than your 9 heavens divine body." 9 heavens divine body is the strongest body we can obtain in the law enforcement world. Even some law enforcement great sovereigns use 9 heavens divine body. Yu Yan said with a look of disbelief. "I can smash that kind of tattered body with one punch." Qin Yun said, "If you want me to carve runes, you can do it now." "Then let's do it." Yu Yan thought about it and felt that since Qin Yun has seen her, Qin Yun would not do anything to her. So she agreed. Qin Yun walked over and placed his hand on Yu Yan's back. Then he injected a strange divine power into her body. Suddenly, a powerful devouring power surged out from her body and sucked all the medicinal liquid inside the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron into her body. Soon after, Qin Yun used gravity to control her to float up and lie down on the ground. Then he began carving runes. Through the heavenly skull inscription spirit, totem inscription spirit and many other inscription spirits, he released blood spirit power and carved several sets of totems. Yu Yan is a descendant of the divine sun and uses swords. Therefore, Qin Yun carved sun dragon totem and sword totem. In order to increase her defense, he also carved divine tree totem and black tortoise totem. Finally, he also carved divine moon totem and nether moon totem. When the runes were carved into her body, Yu Yan can feel all kinds of formidable divine power flowing through her body. Qin Yun spent an entire day to finish carving. He is also somewhat tired. He said, "All right, this is the sun and moon divine body I modified for you. Since you said that your performance in the Heaven Secrets sect was very outstanding, then your perception must be very good. Go and feel the benefits of this body." Do you have clothes?" Yu Yan sat on the bed, she hugged her body and said in low voice, "Men's clothes are also fine. She doesn't have anything on her body." "I have women's clothes, take a look and see if they are suitable or not." Qin Yun spoke, then asked Zi Qingqing and others for more than 10 sets of women's clothes. They are all very beautiful. He took out more than 10 sets of clothes from the 9 Sun Divine Soul and threw them on the bed, piling them on Yu Yan's body. "Why do you have so many women's clothes? Did you steal them? Why do you even have underwear? Don't tell me you have this kind of fetish?" Yu Yan looked at Qin Yun with a strange expression. Then she went to pick out those clothes and tried them on her body. Qin Yun said, "No need to choose, I'll give them all to you." Zi Qingqing, Shui Tianzi and Long Tianji also made some clothes from time to time inside the 9 Sun Divine Soul, So they have a lot. Yu Yen sniffed the clothes and said, they have the body fragrance of other women. At least 3 women's clothes. You really stole other people's clothes. You pervert, answer me honestly, have you ever worn them? If you have, I don't want them. Qin Yun almost spat out a mouthful of old blood. This Yu Yen actually suspected him of being a big boss in women's clothing. These clothes are all my women's. You will see them in the future. Qin Yun rolled his eyes and said. Yu Yen only snorted and no longer said anything. She chose a purple dress and put it on. She said, these clothes are really beautiful, did they make them? Yes. They are in my storage magic tool, I just asked them for them. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, I am not as dirty as you think. Thank them for me. Yu Yen did not say anything else. Chapter 2582. Yu Yen tied up her hair and paced back and forth to familiarize herself with her new and powerful body. You want me to help you capture your enemy? Qin Yun said with a smile. Will you not bring me to the law enforcement world if I don't help you? Wait, I am your master. How can you negotiate with me? Yu Yen said very seriously. You don't know, those 2 guys are very important. They're all from the Heavenly Mystery Sect, and their positions are higher than mine. In the Heaven Secrets sect, there were several levels of Heaven Secrets Dark Assassins. Profound rank, Earth rank, Heaven rank, and King rank. I'm at the Earth stage, and the 2 fellows I want you to capture for me are at the Heaven stage. She saw that Qin Yun was somewhat puzzled and continued. Heaven-level Dark Assassin of Heavenly Secret, they know even more secrets. Definitely more than me. Not only are they my enemies, but they are also a way for us to find the Heaven's Secrets Gate. Alright, how strong are they? Asked Qin Yun. Among the divine Heaven Monarchs, you are invincible. They are all divine Heaven Monarchs, you can definitely take them down. Yu Yen is very confident in Qin Yun and said, what grudge do you have against them? Are they male or female? Qin Yun asked curiously, since all of you are undercover agents of Heavenly Secrets, you should have a good relationship, right? Yu Yen shook her head and said, they are all men. Every dark agent of Heavenly Secrets has their soul divided into several parts, so we can form a small team. As long as he became a Heaven-rank hidden assassin of Heavenly Secrets, his soul could be reconstructed and he could obtain greater authority. The process of promotion was very competitive. There was a test every 10 years, and only 1 person could be promoted. Therefore, before the assessment, some fellows will use all kinds of crafty schemes to mess with you, making it impossible for you to pass the assessment smoothly. Qin Yun understood as he nodded and said, in that case, those 2 fellows have messed with you? That's right, I was tricked twice in a row, causing me to fail the test. Of course, this is something that the higher-ups of the Heavenly Secrets sect love to see. They believe that this way, they can cultivate even more outstanding hidden agents of Heavenly Secrets. By breaking away from them, I naturally don't need to follow their rules. I can take my revenge. Qin Yun himself was plotted against by the Heaven Secrets sect, causing his reputation to be in shambles. He was even misunderstood by Yu Shangyun so deeply. Therefore, he had to figure out the situation of the Heaven Secrets sect and exterminate them. Little Yen, have you ever heard of a curse? It should be from the Heaven Secrets sect. Qin Yun explained in detail what happened when Shueiyue and company were hit by the curse. Of course, he didn't mention anything about Shueiyue and the others. He only said that he had seen this kind of curse before. It was extremely terrifying and difficult to dispel. Only in an environment where time was still could it stop its spread. After Yu Yen heard this, she asked with a very serious expression, Qin Yun, where have you seen this curse technique? From Yu Yan's reaction, Qin Yun knew that she had definitely seen it before. I have a friend who has been hit. Can you tell me what kind of curse it is? How can I undo it? Asked Qin Yun. According to your description, this might be the Terminator Profound Kill Curse. Only the upper echelons of the Heaven's Secrets sect have this kind of curse. They are usually refined into talismans or beads. It is very difficult to make. Yu Yen said with a frown. Your friend was hit by this curse? That only the upper echelons would have it. Could it be the upper echelons of the Heavenly Secrets sect? Other than the upper echelons of the Heaven Secrets chapter, who else can do it? Asked Qin Yun. If it's not the upper echelons of the Heaven Secrets sect, then they must have given the talismans to their subordinates to use. Yu Yen frowned and said, if that's the case, then only a king-level hidden assassin of Heaven's Secrets would be qualified to accept such a mission. Use the Terminator Profound Kill Curse. Qin Yun was secretly alarmed. The Dark Moon and Blood Moon were king-ranked dark informants of Heaven's Secrets. Are there many king-ranked dark agents of Heaven's Secrets? Qin Yun asked again. I don't know if it's a lot or not. I've never been in contact with the upper echelons. I don't even know much about the circle of the sky-grade dark assassins. Yu Yen shook her head. Then let's go find those 2 heaven-tier hidden assassins of Heaven's Secret. Qin Yun said. Yu Yen jumped on the spot and used her divine power to hit the ground. She was still familiarizing herself with this body. She said, I only know where they will be. We'll only hide when we're on a mission. When we don't have a mission, we'll act like normal people. Of course, we'll spend most of our time walking around the various cities of the Divine Desolate. A person like Yu Yen who held a grudge would definitely pay attention to the movements of her enemies. This was not only to prepare for revenge in the future, but also to prevent the enemy from striking first and gaining the upper hand. One by one. Although Qin Yun wanted to go to the Heaven Secrets sect as soon as possible, he knew that it was useless to be anxious. The Heaven Secrets sect was not easy to deal with, and it was also very mysterious. He had to take it one step at a time. What made him more anxious was that Shueiyue and the others had already been hit by the Terminator Profound Kill Curse. He didn't understand this kind of curse technique and didn't know how to undo it, and finding the Heaven Secrets sect to inquire about it was the fastest way. One of them should be in Bright Moon City. Yu Yen said, as long as we find that one, we can find the second one. Could it be that they are in cahoots? Qin Yun said in shock. They are brothers. After Big Brother tricked me, he told his little brother to trick me. Because among the Earth-level hidden assassins of Heavenly Secrets, I am the most outstanding. The other Earth-level hidden assassins of Heavenly Secrets all gave up on the assessment. If I hadn't been tricked, I would have been a Heaven-level hidden assassin of Heavenly Secrets. When Yu Yen spoke of this matter, her beautiful face became ice-cold and her eyes were filled with killing intent. Of course, she also knew that they were all descendants of the Divine Sun and couldn't be killed. At most, they could only destroy each other's bodies. As long as their bodies were destroyed, they would be unable to move for a period of time. Qin Yun could guess that Yu Yan's body must have been destroyed by the 2 brothers, causing her to be unable to participate in the assessment. Even if she could quickly obtain a body, because she couldn't adapt to it in a short period of time, it would affect her performance and cause her to be unable to pass the assessment. All right, let's go to the Divine Moon of the Heavens immediately. Shall we fly over or go through the teleportation formation? Qin Yun asked. Let's go to the Divine Court Heavenly City first. I'll go there and inquire about the news. Yu Yen asked Qin Yun for a mask to cover the lower half of her face. Qin Yun's current location was not far from the Divine Court Heavenly City because he had planned to go there to find his old friend. But later on, there were rumors about him, so he didn't want to go. Qin Yun and Yu Yen immediately set off. Qin Yun also disguised himself as a middle-aged man. Not long after, Yu Yen and Qin Yun entered the Divine Court Heavenly City. Not long after entering the city, Yu Yen found out that Qin Yun's matter in the Divine Moon Heavenly City has spread. She is not very surprised because this is clearly the work of the Heavenly Secrets sect. What surprised her is that the Heavenly Secrets sect can actually set up a trap in the Divine Moon clan. Yu Yan is very familiar with the Divine Court Heavenly City. She brought Qin Yun to a very large restaurant and entered a private room. Then she ordered a waiter to help her find someone. Qin Yun is eating and drinking in the private room. The Heavenly Secrets sect is very powerful. You have experienced it, right? Tian Shixiang trusted you so much that she let you become the Divine Moon clan's empress. Then this kind of thing happened. It can be said that it perfectly made Tian Shixiang hate you to the bone. Yu Yan said. Qin Yun said with smile. You are wrong. The Divine Moon clan's empress doesn't hate me to the bone. She even helped me refute the rumors in the Divine Court Heavenly City. Yu Yan groaned and said, Then you are wrong. How can she admit to this kind of scandal? She let a man become the Divine Moon clan's empress, and then caused 5 dukes and hundreds of clan women to be raped. Isn't this the same as inviting a wolf into the house? She will definitely wash her hands of this matter. She didn't even admit that she let you become the Divine Moon clan's empress. Whatever you say. Qin Yun picked up a piece of meat and ate it. It is very delicious. He cannot help but exclaim in admiration. Tian Shixiang has already surpassed Shin Tianjuan's stage. She is so powerful, but she still let you run away. I have to say that your life is really good. Yu Yan truly knows that Qin Yun is the current Divine Moon clan's empress. Now she also knows that Qin Yun is a good person. He is not a perverted devil like the rumors say. You are wrong again. She didn't even do anything. If she beat me up, I would feel very comfortable. Qin Yun sighed and said, But she only told me to scram, and from now on, we will never meet again. Yu Yan looked at Qin Yun wolfing down the food and said, What's so good about these things? With your cultivation, do you still need to eat this kind of trash? Being able to eat is a blessing. Qin Yun said with a smile, Don't you want to try? No, I've eaten before. It's like eating the soles of a shoe. Yu Yan turned her head away. That's because your previous body was too weak. You didn't even have a sense of taste. Qin Yun laughed and said, The Sun-Moon divine body I created for you is the same as a real human body. It can allow your soul to sense any sensation your body comes into contact with. Yu Yan's face is filled with suspicion. She crossed her arms over her chest and is filled with disgust towards the delicious dishes on the table. Qin Yun directly grabbed a piece of meat and said, If you still feel like eating the soles of a shoe, then it means that the body I created for you still has flaws. I need to improve it, otherwise it will have a great impact on you. Seeing that you helped me transform my body, I'll take a bite. Yu Yan's expression looks like she wants to eat feces as she opened her mouth. Although she smelled the fragrance of the food, in her memory, this kind of food is very unpalatable. The main reason is because her previous body had no appetite and no sense of taste. She opened her plump little mouth and stuck out her fragrant tongue. The tip of her tongue gently touched that piece of meat. An unprecedented feeling suddenly spread from the tip of her tongue to her entire body. Soon after, she instinctively bit that piece of meat and gently chewed it in her mouth. Is it delicious? Qin Yun looked at the change in her expression and could not help but laugh. He said, You look like a child who has eaten candy for the first time and then wants to eat again. You're awesome. You helped me improve my body, it really makes me feel different. She picked up the chopsticks on the table and began to eat. This is the first time she felt the wonderful feeling of delicious food. It made her feel like she was addicted. At first, she was rather reserved and wanted to maintain the appearance of a lady. But gradually, her table manners became even uglier than Qin Yun's. Chapter 2583. The Heaven Secrets sect obviously knew that Yu Yan's body had been killed, and the person in front of him should also be from the Heaven Secrets sect. Therefore, when he saw that Yu Yan had a new body, he was extremely shocked. Who doesn't have 1 or 2 hidden bodies? Yu Yan said indifferently, There's nothing to be surprised about. The black-clothed man glanced at Qin Yun but did not say anything. He walked in front of Yu Yen and asked, Master Yu, what business do you have with me? That guy from Bright Moon City, how are you keeping an eye on him? I'm going to find him, Yu Yen said. He's still in Bright Moon City and his relationship with the upper echelons of the Bright Moon sect is extremely good. It's not a good time for you to make a move against him, the black-clothed man said. As long as he's still in Bright Moon City. Oh right, don't tell anyone about my new body, Yu Yen said. Be at ease and do your job. Quickly become an Earth-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets and withdraw. Yes, Master Yu. After the black-clothed man finished speaking, he hurriedly retreated. Yu Yen immediately ordered a table of dishes. Qin Yun did not eat and let her eat to her heart's content. He did not expect that Yu Yen would become a foodie so quickly. Master Yu, are we really going to Bright Moon City to capture people? That's Wang Haoyue's territory. Qin Yun also laughed and teased, deliberately calling her Master Yu. Qin Yun actually did not want to cause any big trouble in Bright Moon City. You should just call me Little Yen. Yu Yen wiped her rosy lips and said, Let's go to Bright Moon City first. You can capture people however you want, it doesn't have to be in Bright Moon City. Qin Yun also knew people in Bright Moon City. Moreover, they were Bright Moon Saintess and Bright Moon War God, Heavenly Evil War God. Other than Ming Yunyue, Heavenly Evil War God could also help a lot. Ming Yongtian also had a strong network of connections and could help him gather information. Qin Yun and Yu Yen went to the teleportation formation together. When they arrived, they realized that they did not have many Divine Universe golden stones. It was not enough to cover the teleportation fees. Helpless, Qin Yun could only go to the Spatial God's villa. The Spatial God generously gave Qin Yun a jade token that allowed him to use those teleportation formations for free. As such, Qin Yun and Yu Yen were smoothly teleported out of Divine Moon City. In the past, they could directly teleport to Mystic Moon Heaven City. Later on, when the Divine Moon of the Heavens Barrier appeared, a platform was built outside the Divine Moon of the Heavens Barrier, specifically for teleportation. After teleporting to this platform, they would pass through a special entrance and enter the Mystic Moon World Barrier before descending onto the Mystic Moon Land. When they entered, the person in charge of the inspection was from the Bright Moon sect, not the Divine Moon clan. The Divine Moon of the Heavens has now formed a force. There are several Yu clans in the Moon's heart. Those Yu clansmen are all very strong. They were abandoned by their own clan's emperor. In the end, they might even be loyal to Xieqiru and Yu Shangyun. After they controlled the Divine Moon of the Heavens, Wang Haoyue should also stand on their side. This way, the Moon clan would be united. Qin Yun had the Spatial God's token in his hand, so he easily passed through the inspection. He brought Yu Yen through the barrier and landed on the Mystic Moonland below. The barrier formed a transparent bubble that covered the entire celestial moon. It could not be seen from the outside, and it could only be sensed when one was close. After passing through the barrier, they were still quite a distance away from the Mystic Moon world. There was a plaza below, which was specially used for landing. After landing on the plaza, there was a large road that led to Bright Moon City. Qin Yun looked around and did not see Mystic Moon Heaven City. He took out Little Phoenix's soul-chasing talisman and found that it was pointing underground. This meant that Little Phoenix had already entered the moon's heart. If it entered the moon's heart, then he would not be able to contact Little Phoenix through the sound transmission Divine Pearl. Qin Yun hurriedly took out the sound transmission Divine Pearl and tested it. Not being able to maintain contact with Little Phoenix made Qin Yun feel very regretful. But thinking that Mystic Moon Heaven City had moved to the moon's heart, it would definitely be safer. Qin Yun used the sound transmission Divine Pearl to contact Ming Yongtian. When Ming Yongtian saw that Qin Yun was contacting him, he immediately comforted Qin Yun and told him not to be affected by those rumors. He also said that he would immediately come out to pick him up. Qin Yun had previously given Ming Yongtian a lot of special cigarettes. It was because of these special cigarettes that Ming Yongtian was able to live a good life. Although he was no longer a high-ranking disciple of the Bright Moon sect, his life was much better than before. Yu Yen also now knew that Divine Moon of the Heavens had changed so much. If not for Qin Yun, it would not have been so easy for her to come to Bright Moon City. Ming Yongtian had a small flying ship. He drove it out to pick up Qin Yun. Although Ming Yongtian was a middle-aged man, his face was ruddy and he was in high spirits. He was dressed very luxuriously and had the temperament of a noble. He looked like the kind of person that should not be casually provoked. Qin Yun boarded the ship with Yu Yen and asked, "Brother Ming, what is the current situation of the Bright Moon sect?" With the Divine Moon clan taking the lead, they have established a Divine Moon alliance in Divine Moon of the Heavens. The Bright Moon sect has also joined the Divine Moon alliance. In addition, there is also the Ice Moon Divine Clan, Fire Moon Divine Clan, Thunder Moon Divine Clan, and Wood Moon Divine Clan. Ming Yongtian laughed mischievously. Suddenly, a large number of people with the same bloodline as us appeared in the Earth's core. The reason why Ming Yongtian was so happy was because this would allow his business to get better and better. Right now, he had contracted a few very small mines, and there were even a few teams that specialized in digging Divine Universe Golden Stone, as well as reselling some things. Qin Yun looked at Yu Yen and said, "Who are you looking for? Just tell Brother Ming. He will help us find the person." Yu Yen promptly took out a pen and paper and quickly drew a portrait of a person. The drawing is very lifelike. She handed the portrait to Ming Yongtian and said, "Brother Ming, I want to find this person. He should have close contact with the upper echelons of the Bright Moon sect. There are many upper echelons of the Bright Moon sect. There are vice sect master, protectors, elders, 4 sect masters and so on. He looks very familiar. I think I saw him with the 5th elder before." Ming Yongtian looked at the portrait and recalled, "Oh right, this guy seems to be from the Heaven's Divine Nation. He was in charge of cooperating with the 5th elder on behalf of the Heaven's Divine Nation." "The Heaven's Divine Nation is finished," Yu Yen said. "Then why is this guy still in the Bright Moon sect?" "The people of the Heavenly Secrets sect are in the Bright Moon sect, and they are together with the upper echelons." Qin Yun faintly sensed that the Heavenly Secrets sect is plotting against the Bright Moon sect. "This? I don't know either. After I return to the Bright Moon City, I will confirm whether or not it is this guy." Ming Yongtian put away the portrait. Qin Yun took out a box of cigarettes and handed it over to Ming Yongtian. He said with smile, "Brother Ming, sorry to trouble you. Old cousin, why are you being so polite?" Ming Yongtian took the box of cigarettes with a grin. He opened it and took a whiff, then exclaimed in admiration, This is much better than the special supply cigarettes from before." Qin Yun still owes Ming Yongtian's little sister 15 million Divine Universe Golden Stones. This is a very large amount. Now that he thought about it, Ming Yunyue is truly capable and also very risky. She actually helped him collect so many Divine Universe Golden Stones and even dared to lend them to him. Those Divine Universe Golden Stones are all inside the Through Heaven Sword formation and given to Xiaohua and the Mountain God to use. After all, it is energy. Not much was consumed during the 10 days of sealing the heavens. If the Mountain God swallowed those Divine Universe Golden Stones and evolved, he would be able to plant a Divine Universe Golden Stone tree inside the Divine Rune Divine Mountain. Then he wouldn't have to worry about Divine Universe Golden Stones anymore. Ming Yongtian has a very large moon house in the city. The moon houses that can float in the air are the residences of the high-ranking disciples of the Bright Moon sect. The other disciples and shops can only build moon houses on the ground. Although Ming Yongtian's moon house is big, it is not the biggest one here. There are many high-ranking disciples who have even bigger moon houses, and they are stacked on top of each other. After Qin Yun arrived, Ming Yongtian also contacted Ming Yunyue and asked her to come over. Ming Yunyue is the bright moon saintess. Her business is also very big. Her Crystal Moon Workshop is also a famous equipment shop in Bright Moon City. Rumors and slanders about Qin Yun have naturally spread to Bright Moon City. There is a faint power behind this, spreading rumors about Qin Yun. Moreover, the more they spread, the more outrageous they become. And no matter how they spread it, no matter how they vilify Qin Yun, no one dares to doubt Qin Yun's strength. After all, he is a person who killed the sovereigns of the heavens and destroyed the divine nations of the heavens. Moreover, he also fought against the law enforcement world and became a 10-star anti-heaven thief. No one dared to underestimate his strength. Ming Yunyue is wearing a long silver dress. Her jet-black long wavy hair draped over her shoulders, making her cold and elegant face match with her fluffy and plump long wavy hair. It is able to outline her domineering side, making her have the aura of a strong woman. "Old cousin, I've heard about your matter. I don't believe it's you." When Ming Yunyue entered the hall, a very strong aura accompanied her. Even Yu Yen was shocked. "Of course it's not me," Qin Yun said with a smile. Ming Yunyue glanced at Yu Yen and asked, "Who is she?" Qin Yun said, "She is Xiao Yan, my follower. Trustworthy." Yu Yen has signed a soul contract with Qin Yun. To put it bluntly, she is Qin Yun's female slave. What surprised Yu Yen is that the woman in front of her is very similar to the Bright Moon Saintess. When Yu Yen was in the Heaven Secret sect, she understood the Bright Moon sect and also saw Ming Yunyue's portrait. "Xiao Yan, this is the Bright Moon Saintess Ming Yunyue," Qin Yun said. "Xiao Yan greets the Saintess." Yu Yen was alarmed and hurriedly bowed. She never expected Qin Yun and the Bright Moon Saintess to have such a good relationship. Qin Yun also realized that Ming Yunyue's strength had increased by quite a bit. It should be because she had obtained the Sun Soul that her cultivation had increased. "Brother Ming, take out that portrait and let Yunyue see it," Qin Yun said. Ming Yongtian took out the portrait and handed it to Ming Yunyue. Ming Yunyue took the portrait and looked at it. She snorted and said, "This stinking bastard." In the Bright Moon sect's main hall, he stood behind the fifth elder and refuted me time and time again. "I wish I could pinch this grandson to death. I wonder where he came from." "What's his name?" Qin Yun asked. "He's called Great Master Tianyu. It's said that he's an inscription master." Ming Yunyue gritted her teeth and said, "It's this bastard who made me lose at least 1,000,000 divine universe golden stones. Sister, is this true? The next time he comes out, I'll cover his head with a sack and beat him up." Ming Yongtian immediately jumped up. He now had some strength. Chapter 2584. Among the divine heavenly monarchs, only those 7 or 8-star divine heavenly monarchs could fight Qin Yun to a draw. Even the 9-star heavenly monarchs could not guarantee that they could take down Qin Yun. It is true that the heavenly fiend war god is a divine heavenly monarch, but when facing a divine sun descendant, even if he won, it would be useless because the soul of a divine sun descendant could immediately run away. "You really don't need that little demon Tian Sha to make a move?" Ming Yunyue said. "Old cousin, it's not convenient for you to expose your identity right now." Although Yu Shangyun had refuted the rumors before, many people still believed that Qin Yun had done those things in the past. It was just that it was inconvenient for Yu Shangyun to admit it. Only Qin Yun's friends believed him. The others were skeptical, and even more people thought that Qin Yun's reputation was already in tatters. Qin Yun said with a smile, "I don't need to expose myself to deal with such a small character. Don't worry, I won't make a move in Bright Moon City. If the commotion is too big, it will alarm the Divine Moon Alliance." Ming Yunyue said worriedly. "The Divine Moon Alliance has to maintain order in Divine Moon Heaven City. If there is a conflict and they intervene, it will be troublesome. The Alliance's patrol team is not weak, they are the elites of the Alliance. Ming Yongtian nodded. People like the Heavenly Fiend War God will be sent to the Alliance's patrol team. Don't be afraid, I can definitely hide very well. Qin Yun had stepped into the Tao God realm. His strength was much stronger than before. Although he had just stepped into the Tao God realm, he believed that he would not stagnate in this realm. As long as he found an opportunity, he would be able to quickly break through. All right then, old cousin, you must be more careful. Even if you are discovered, you must not be caught. Ming Yunyue could not wait for Qin Yun to get rid of that great Master Tian Yu. Little sister, how did great Master Tian Yu trick you? Ming Yongtian said. If old cousin helps you recover your losses, can you repay the debt? Ming Yongtian was more concerned about Qin Yun's debt. After all, he owed more than 10 million Divine Universe golden stones. This was a very heavy sum in his eyes. Don't talk about repaying the debt. I'm not in a hurry to get the Divine Universe golden stones back. Ming Yunyue said casually, as if she did not care about it at all. You have to return it. Yunyue, you are the one who raised it. If you don't return it, you will be under a lot of pressure. Qin Yun also sincerely wants to return it. Bro, how about this? You and my sister can be a couple. That way, you don't have to return it. My little sister is a rich woman. Before Ming Yongtian could finish speaking, he felt Ming Yunyue's piercing glare, and he immediately swallowed his words. Yu Yen was secretly shocked as she watched from the side. She could naturally tell that Qin Yun and Ming Yunyue were on extremely good terms. According to the information she had heard before, the Bright Moon Holy Maiden was unmoved by force or persuasion. We'll talk about those debts later. Cousin, help me get rid of Great Master Tianyu first. I've been unhappy with him for a long time. Ming Yunyue pounded the table. Every time she thought of this person, she would be very angry. It could be seen that Ming Yunyue was scammed quite badly by Master Tianyu. Qin Yun said, Lure him out of Bright Moon City. Leave the rest to me. Soon after, he looked at Yu Yen, indicating for her to say more about Great Master Tianyu. It would help them plan ahead of time. After Yu Yen understood, she quickly said, Great Master Tianyu is a descendant of the Divine Sun. He is proficient in the Tao of Inscription and has mastered several powerful incantations and formations. In addition, he can use inscriptions to search for mineral deposits. That's right, I originally wanted to take over a small mine from a protector. However, this fifth elder suddenly appeared and wanted to snatch that mine from me. That damned protector did not keep his word. Just because fifth elder offered a high price, he transferred that small mine to fifth elder. When Ming Yunyue said this, she could not help but grit her teeth. Qin Yun said, Then, you found a treasure under that small mine, right? Ming Yunyue exhaled angrily and said, After discovering the treasure, that damned protector was jumping up and down in anger. He even blamed me, saying that if I hadn't bought the small mine from him, he wouldn't have sold it. But what does this have to do with Great Master Tianyu? Ming Yongtian asked. This is all Great Master Tianyu's doing. Because at the beginning, it was Great Master Tianyu who wanted me to buy that mine. Only I could persuade that protector. That damned protector promised me that if he saw fifth elder offer a high price, he would sell it to him. Ming Yunyue cursed in low voice. I only found out later that Great Master Tianyu and fifth elder colluded. Ming Yongtian patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with smile, Old cousin, help my little sister take a look at her recent luck. Qin Yun opened his heavenly eye and shook his head. There are no signs, it can be considered stable. What about me? Ming Yongtian hastily asked. You are the same, I already saw it before. Qin Yun said with smile. What luck? Yu Yen is completely confused. It depends on whether you will be unlucky or lucky. Ming Yongtian said with smile. Little girl, you are old cousin's follower, don't you know this secret technique? Qin Yun looked at Yu Yen, she is the same, there is no sign of any change in her luck. Yunue, let's start with that small mine. There are treasures under that small mine, they didn't take them away, right? Qin Yun asked. No, it's very difficult to take them away. The information I have gathered is that there is a naturally formed barrier under that small mine, they still can't open it. Ming Yunue said, that mine is Crystal Moon Divine Iron Mine, and that treasure is most likely that it's a formation core. It's very likely that the formation core produced by this mine is a magic tool or something like that. Ming Yongtian became excited after hearing this and said, this is a good thing. Naturally formed magic tools and divine weapons, not only are they powerful, they are also very valuable. Generally speaking, it is easier to breed them in areas with a lot of energy. Let's go now. Qin Yun wants to quickly take down Great Master Tian Yu so that he can go to the law enforcement world as soon as possible. In order to avoid suspicion, I won't go. I'll tell you where it is. Ming Yunue took out a map and spread it out on the table. Because she had a dispute in that small mine before. If something happened there and she was found at the scene, it would be troublesome. Now that the Mystic Moon Alliance was present, even if Ming Yunue was the Bright Moon Saintess, she would not be able to escape once the Mystic Moon Alliance chased after her. The Mystic Moon Alliance was led by the Divine Moon Clan. All kinds of mineral deposits on the Divine Moon belonged to the Divine Moon Clan. If the mineral deposits were discovered and the Divine Moon Clan allowed it, it could be mined. However, a portion of the benefits would be given to the Divine Moon Clan. If the mineral deposits were transferred, the Divine Universe Golden Stones obtained from the transfer would be given to the Divine Moon Clan. In addition, the Divine Moon Clan had the greatest authority. They could order the mining to stop. If anyone did not comply, they would be chased out of the Divine Moon. This was also what Qin Yun had learned from Ming Yongtian and Ming Yunue. The siblings were both in business, so they were very clear about this. Therefore, if Qin Yun were to make a move on the mineral deposits, once he was caught by the Divine Moon Alliance, he would definitely be taken away by the Divine Moon Clan. This was also something that Ming Yunue was very worried about. Qin Yun brought Yu Yen and left Bright Moon City. He followed the map and flew towards the small mine. The Fifth Elder's small mine was quite far from Bright Moon City. It would take several hours of high-speed flight to get there. For experts like Qin Yun and Yu Yen, they can fly very far in just a few hours. Qin Yun, that guy has mastered a curse technique. If you encounter him, you must be careful, Yu Yen warned. How is his curse technique compared to the Terminator Profound Killing Curse? Qin Yun is rather curious. It's definitely not as good as the Terminator Profound Killing Curse. However, once you are hit by his curse technique, it will be quite troublesome, Yu Yen said. Qin Yun suspected that curse techniques were similar to talisman crystals. They were all powerful moves that could be stored. The difference was that the curse technique's power was not too great. After being hit by the curse technique, the body would be destroyed by the curse technique's mysterious power. I'm not afraid of the 7-star Heavenly Monarch. How is that guy's strength compared to the 7-star Heavenly Monarch? Qin Yun had previously scared a 7-star Heavenly Monarch level sect master to the point that he directly threw away his body and ran away. He is only stronger than the 7-star Heavenly Monarch. You must know that the heaven-rank hidden assassin of the Heaven Secret sect is a first-rate expert even in the 18th sect. Yu Yen said, the sect masters you faced before are definitely far inferior to Great Master Tian Yu, so powerful? Qin Yun said in astonishment. Yes, the Heaven Secret sect is that powerful. If it was a king-level hidden assassin of Heaven Secret, they would be even stronger. Yu Yen sighed and said, it's a pity that I have never come into contact with a king-level hidden assassin of Heaven Secret. Qin Yun suspected that the Blood Moon and Dark Moon, he met before might be a king-level hidden assassin of heaven's secret. Especially the Dark Moon's strange power, it is rather difficult to deal with. Several hours later, Qin Yun and Yu Yen arrived at the top of a tall mountain and finally saw the small mine. It is located in the middle of a group of tall mountains and dug out a very large pit. There are many huge pillars inserted around the pit, forming a great formation to protect the pit. The treasure that Ming Yunhue spoke of should be in that mine. Can you sense that great Master Tianyu? Qin Yun asked. If he is nearby, I can more or less sense a bit. Yu Yen looked around and shook her head. He is not nearby right now. Qin Yun opened his heavenly eye and looked at the sky above the mine. He discovered a blue energy wave. It is not energy wave that can be produced by the crystal moon divine iron. Wait for me here. I'll go take a look and be back soon. After Qin Yun became invisible, he flew towards the mine. Yu Yen was at the top of the mountain. She thought that she could grasp Qin Yun's whereabouts, but she quickly lost track of where Qin Yun went. How can this guy's invisibility technique be so strong? There is no fluctuation at all. Yu Yen snorted and said, if he were to hide and peek at other people bathing, wouldn't it be very easy for him to succeed? Chapter 2585. Qin Yun stealthily approached the barrier. No one could discover him. The pit is very big, it is impossible to send people to surround the pit tightly. They only sent a few small teams to patrol the vicinity. The patrolling people all have a kind of tool that can detect soul fluctuations. Generally speaking, even the most powerful Shen Tian monarch would find it difficult to escape the detection of this tool. Therefore, the fifth elder and the others can be at ease. In addition, Great Master Tianyu is very confident in the barrier he set up. He believes that even if someone could break it, it would definitely cause a great commotion and it would take a lot of time. Qin Yun arrived beside an array pillar. He looked at the runes inside the array pillar. It is indeed very brilliant. If he wanted to break it, it would indeed take a lot of time. If he let Mo come out, she should be able to get rid of it in a short while. However, it would cause a great commotion and would definitely alarm the enemy. Those guys might have teleportation magic tools. If there is any commotion here, they can immediately teleport over. Qin Yun thought for a moment and decided to sneak into the mine to see if he could take away the mysterious treasure. Qin Yun is not afraid of the fifth elder and great master Tianyu. He only wants to quietly enter the mine to steal the treasure. He tried using the mysterious penetration divine ability, but was unable to pass through the barrier. This barrier can prevent energy from penetrating. If I use the mysterious penetration divine ability, the energy in my body will be blocked by the barrier. Qin Yun promptly stopped. If he continued to try, it would definitely cause a great commotion. Since the mysterious penetration divine ability cannot be used, he used Void Crossing Step. Void Crossing Step can cross space, but if it is faced with a powerful barrier, the space inside the barrier will be strengthened, making it difficult to open a spatial passage. Qin Yun is now facing such a problem, but it is not difficult for him. If it was in the past, he would have let the little queen ant come out. But now, he can use the power of the Nether Sun to distort space and make it weak. Through the power of the Nether Sun, space changed and became thin. Qin Yun then used Void Crossing Step to easily pierce through space and enter the barrier. I'm in. Through the Heavenly Eye avatar in the sky, Qin Yun can see the people around the mine. They did not sense anything at all. Qin Yun's Heavenly Eye avatar is hidden in the sky. He can clearly see Yu Yen using a telescope tool. She squatted behind a rock at the top of the mountain and stuck her head out to secretly look at the mine. After passing through the barrier, Qin Yun maintained his invisible state and fell into the depths of the pit. It was pitch black below. When he neared the bottom, Qin Yun sensed a faint fluctuation of divine power coming from below. Is this the naturally formed barrier? Qin Yun opened his heavenly eye and looked down into the darkness. He soon saw a blue energy wave fluctuating at the bottom of the mine. This was the naturally formed boundary. So magical, I wonder what it is. Qin Yun saw the blue energy wave floating above the mine when he was at the top of the mountain in the distance. Now that he was at the bottom, he knew that the blue energy wave was released by the naturally formed barrier. This kind of naturally formed spirit formation was very strong. It was unknown how it was formed. It is said that many of the runes that have been passed down were created by people studying this kind of seal. Through the heavenly eye, Qin Yun can see even more clearly. When he saw the densely packed flowing runes, he can't help but frown. He has many kinds of inscription spirits, but none of the runes he is looking at have touched his inscription spirit. In other words, the runes on this natural formation do not correspond to the type of his inscription spirit. One must know that Qin Yun has mastered so many inscription spirits that it can completely cover a large number of common types of runes. And this powerful natural formation in front of him is something he can't see through. This means that the runes used might be extremely rare. In this kind of situation, Qin Yun can only invite his little master out. Little Mo, I'll have to trouble you. Qin Yun carefully released Mo. At the same time, he raised his vigilance to prevent any sudden situation from harming this cute little fairy. Mo is a magical fairy and also a high priest. She was born with the ability to communicate with all kinds of runes and evolve them. Even if it's a hidden rune, once it's communicated with Mo, she can see it. Therefore, even if Mo encounters a rune she has never seen before, she can quickly figure out what type of rune it is. Especially now that her cultivation is very high, when she interacts with those powerful runes, she can obtain even more consciousness of the runes and thus understand even more. Mo, is this a moon rune? Qin Yun asked. This is a rune naturally formed in the heavenly divine moon. It should be a moon rune, but I can't sense anything through the Moon Lady inscription spirit. It's not a moon rune, Mo said softly. Big brother, wait patiently. Let me take a look again. We found a very interesting rune. Alright. Qin Yun carefully held the beautiful and adorable fairy in his hands. He used his heavenly eye to observe the situation around the mine. Big brother, this is a rune and it's a living rune, Mo said with some excitement. Living rune? Qin Yun is slightly alarmed. What does this mean? Dao Yen rune? It's a Dao Yen rune, but it's even more advanced. It's a rune that has evolved into mycelium. I've never seen this kind of rune before. This should be a new type of rune. Mo said excitedly. Big brother, don't harm this set of runes. It's alive. Qin Yun recalled the bloodline heavenly rune. It seems like it has life. However, he is still unable to open the box and see the true appearance of the bloodline heavenly rune. Then how do we break this barrier? Qin Yun now realized why Grandmaster Tian Yu and the others are unable to break this barrier. The barrier is very strong. If we attack it with brute force, not only will we not be able to break it, we will also suffer a counterattack. Mo said. According to my investigation just now, this set of runes can absorb energy. After many attacks, the runes won't be able to contain the energy. Then, the stored energy will erupt out and cause a counterattack. Runes turned into mycelium? Shouldn't they be very weak? Qin Yun opened his heavenly eye and indeed saw many threads like a huge net enveloping the bottom of the pit. Great formations formed by runes are usually like this. The only difference is that this formation produces a kind of blue energy wave. This kind of energy wave is very strange. Upon closer inspection, it indeed looks like a fluctuation produced by the fusion of life, divine power and soul. It can't be. As long as the fungus queen inside the barrier is not destroyed, the fungus queen can continuously absorb energy and then regenerate the mycelium. If it evolves again, the mycelium will be visible to the naked eye. It will be as big as tree roots and grass vines. Mo flapped her wings and said, "Big brother, I might be able to make the inscription Fungus Queen appear. I'll try and see if I can make the inscription Fungus Queen follow me." All right. Qin Yun is very excited because this is a new discovery. This is one of the formidable states of the existence of runes. Grandmaster Tian Yu is unable to break it. This means that even the law enforcement world's Heaven Secrets sect knows very little about runes in this state. Mo is currently communicating with the inscription Fungus Queen. Not long after, Qin Yun suddenly saw that the dense net of runes suddenly began to shrink towards the edge. Not long after, a large blue mushroom appeared at the edge. Qin Yun immediately flew over while protecting Mo happily landed on the large mushroom and even jumped on it. The mushroom is still elastic. Mo is a little fairy the size of a palm. The large mushroom is like a cushion for Mo to sit on. Is this the inscription Fungus Queen? Qin Yun said in pleasant surprise. Then wouldn't it be able to form that kind of seal in an instant in the future? And it's very strong. Mo hurriedly nodded and said, "Big brother, don't underestimate this inscription Fungus Queen. It's stronger than the formation barrier formed by the formation pillars and formation flags." "She listens to you?" Qin Yun asked. "She listens to me. I said that I have a lot of delicious food and she followed me." Mo smiled and said, "Big brother, I want to bring the little Fungus Queen in to play with Sister Yang and the little Queen Ant." "Sure." Qin Yun hurriedly placed Mo and the inscription Fungus Queen in and looked into the depths of the pit. Qin Yun finally understood that the inscription Fungus Queen was guarding this place to absorb energy to grow. And there was indeed something in the depths of the mine. Qin Yun was still unable to see it because it was still hidden under the soil. Grandmaster Tian Yu and the Fifth Elder were blocked by the inscription Fungus Queen, so they were unable to dig down. The treasure was also not unearthed. Without the inscription Fungus Queen blocking, Qin Yun opened his heavenly eye and easily looked down. Soon, he discovered a black furnace below. "It's a furnace, is it naturally formed?" Qin Yun was delighted and immediately used the mysterious penetration divine ability to rush down. After he rushed down, the furnace also discovered him. It was actually able to move underground and it panicked and randomly bumped into it. The furnace was immediately grabbed by Qin Yun and it doesn't look small at all. "Friend, don't be afraid, I'm a good person." Qin Yun hurriedly transmitted his voice through his mental power. The furnace should be a divine object formed from heaven and earth energy. It has its own consciousness and it looks very pure. When it heard Qin Yun call it friend, it immediately calmed down. After Qin Yun grabbed the furnace, he discovered that it is actually soft and not sturdy. He doesn't know what it can be used for. "What the hell is this?" "Forget it, let's go back first." Qin Yun put away the black furnace and immediately left the mine. Yu Yen very seriously observed the situation around the mine. She is very worried about Qin Yun and has been searching for his whereabouts. Just as she was very focused, Qin Yun suddenly patted her shoulder, causing her to let out a strange cry. "You? I was almost scared to death by you." Yu Yen was so scared that her soul almost left her body. She snorted in displeasure and said, You actually didn't enter the mine. Were you hiding behind me to peek at my beautiful back?" Qin Yun slapped her butt and said with a smile, "What's so good about you? I've entered the mine, and I've even broken the enchantment down there to retrieve the treasure." "Really? Why didn't you do anything?" "According to my observation, the barrier that Grandmaster Tian Yu set up on the mine is very strong. He used 108 array pillars. This barrier is very sturdy, it's very difficult." Before Yu Yen could finish speaking, a boom sound was heard. Chapter 2586. When Yu Yen heard the explosion, she immediately crouched down and looked at the mine. She saw a huge pillar exploding from the middle. She looked at Qin Yun in shock, because she had been paying close attention to the surroundings of the mine, but she did not notice Qin Yun. Not only did Qin Yun take away the treasures in the mine, he also secretly placed something on the pillar that could explode. If he was in the Heaven Secret sect, he would definitely be a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets. Although I have never seen a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets, I feel that you are on par with them, Yu Yen said in admiration. Little Yen, aren't you underestimating me too much? How can those king-level hidden assassins of heavenly secrets be compared to me? Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. I want to destroy the entire heavenly secret sect. Even if it's the sect master of the heavenly secret sect, I will trample him under my feet. Yu Yen lightly snorted and said, I don't believe you. Qin Yun said very confidently, just wait, that day will come very soon. I will never let those bastards from the Heavenly Secrets sect off. Yu Yen has been in the Heavenly Secrets sect for many years. Although she has never entered the core circle, just being in the circle of Earth-level hidden assassins of heavenly secrets made her deeply afraid of the power of the Heavenly Secrets sect. Qin Yun has already exploded an array pillar and caused quite a commotion. Great Master Tian Yu and the Fifth Elder will definitely receive the news very soon and rush over. They didn't come immediately, Qin Yun said. I thought they would use a teleportation magic tool. Yu Yen shook her head and said, this kind of teleportation magic tool is very expensive. Using it once consumes a lot of energy. If it isn't an urgent matter, they probably won't use it. Qin Yun has a teleportation pearl in his hands. It was indeed made with a lot of transcendental divine stone. He felt that using it would not consume a lot of energy. Even the spatial god would not use teleportation pearls frequently. Teleportation pearls have a lifespan. Every time they are used, the durability of the materials will decrease. Qin Yun has the little ant queen to help him repair it, so he is not worried about damage. The little ant queen's ability is extremely strong. She can even improve the quality of low-quality transcendental divine stone, which is of great help to Qin Yun. In that case, Great Master Tian Yu is only average. Qin Yun shook his head. He can't even bear to use a teleportation magic tool, how disappointing. Even a heaven-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets has limited resources. As before, Yu Yen paid close attention to the situation around the mine pit. Master Tianyu was her enemy, so she had to seize this opportunity. I can refine a teleportation magic tool. Qin is U-I-U-I-U. I-U-I-Yun U-I-Yen and U-U-I-U-U-U. Yen yen and down 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 and she yun yen she yun she you she is. For example, when Qin Yun slapped her but just now, it gave her an inexplicable and wonderful feeling. She couldn't say what it was, but in short it was a good feeling for her. Qin Yun and Yun, he she not he Yun he. Qin Yun, what treasure did you find at the bottom of the mine? Yu Yen asked. It's a black furnace, I don't know what it is. Qin Yun quickly took it out. When Yu Yen saw it, her pink little mouth opened wide. She looked at the black furnace in shock. What is this? Do you recognize it? Qin Yun asked. Qin Yun, aren't you a very powerful refiner? You don't know what this is? Yu Yen urged. Hurry up, put it away, don't let anyone discover it. Qin Yun immediately put away the black furnace and said with a serious expression, Little Yen, quickly tell me what it is. This is the Heavenly Universe origin body. You are an inscription master, how can you not recognize it? Yu Yen is very puzzled. I really don't know. Qin Yun said, This Heavenly Universe origin body, what use does it have? Although I am an inscription master, I am still growing up. Yu Yen said in a low voice, Heavenly Universe origin body, that can become a heavenly divine tool. What you obtained is a furnace-type heavenly universe origin body. You can use this thing to refine a heavenly divine tool level furnace. How come I have never heard of it? Qin Yun is very shocked, and then his face became filled with joy. If that is the case, then it would be great. Heavenly universe essence body is usually pitch black, but inside it is a very special heavenly universe divine power. There are many types of heavenly universe origin body. If you obtain a saber-shaped heavenly universe origin body, you can refine a saber of heavenly divine tool level. Yu Yan's face suddenly became grave. It seems like the treasure in this mine is being sought by the upper echelons of the Heaven Secret sect. She hastily used a telescope tool to look at the mine and said, "Great Master Tian Yu is a heaven-tier hidden assassin of heaven secrets, but with his ability, he is still unable to find the heavenly universe origin body. He must have received orders from a higher level to come here to find the heavenly universe origin body." Qin Yun is somewhat excited because his pill transformation heavenly furnace currently needs to be further improved. If the pill transformation heavenly furnace fuses with the furnace-shaped heavenly universe origin body, it might be able to be promoted to a heavenly divine tool. Speaking of heavenly divine tool, Qin Yun thought of the Star Dome Divine Mirror and the delicate and charming elder sister Star God. In order to torment the Star Dome Divine Mirror, she has spent many days. She is currently in the Nine Sun Divine Spirit, in a special state of evolution with the Star Dome Divine Mirror. Little Yen, where can I find the heavenly universe origin body? Qin Yun is lying on a rock beside Yu Yen and asked softly in her ear. I don't know either. Yu Yen lightly snorted and said, Don't talk to me, I'm not used to it. Qin Yun said with a smile, If I capture Great Master Tian Yu, I might know. This time it's all thanks to you that I came to capture Great Master Tian Yu, otherwise I wouldn't have such a great harvest. Then how are you going to reward me? It's true that I am your slave, but if you want your slave to perform better, you should at least give me some encouragement, right? Yu Yen also feels that she should get some reward. Then what reward do you want? Qin Yun asked. Am I not good enough for you? I helped you transform such a powerful sun-moon divine body, helped you break away from the Heaven Secrets sect's contract soul power, and even helped you fuse with your scattered soul. But in the end, I became your slave. Yu Yen used a telescope tool to observe the patrols and said with a low snort, You know that you are my slave, but have I ever treated you like one? Qin Yun said, I have many female slaves. Those who have followed me will all soar to great heights in the end. Yu Yen curled her lips and said, I admit that you are not a great sex fiend, but you definitely do not have any good intentions. You are just using me. Isn't that nonsense? If you had no value, I would have erased your memories long ago. Qin Yun chuckled and said. Seeing his grinning appearance, Yu Yen could not help but tremble. Because she suddenly realized that this person who was grinning with her could erase the memories of her soul. This is also the thing that divine sun descendants fear the most. But thinking that she is Qin Yun's slave, for some reason, Yu Yen felt a lot more at ease. At least Qin Yun will not erase her memories. Moreover, seeing that she has value, he might even properly nurture her. Yu Yen can only accept her fate and think that she was born to be someone else's subordinate. They are here. Qin Yun suddenly said. Is that so? Where? Yu Yen immediately became serious and used the telescope tool to look for the target. Qin Yun pointed in a direction and said, Aim over there, there is a flying boat. And I see it. Yu Yen muttered, Qin Yun, how did you find it? There is a pair of huge hidden heavenly eyes in the sky above the mine. It is the Heavenly Eyes avatar released by Qin Yun. It can be said that everything around the mine can be seen by him. No wonder you are only an Earth-level hidden assassin of Heaven's secrets. In your intelligence, did you not know that I, Qin Yun, have a pair of heavenly eyes? Qin Yun said. Yu Yen bit her lower lip and remained silent. because she indeed knew that Qin Yun inherited the heavenly eyes very early on. She also knew that Qin Yun has a sun soul, the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation formed by the sun altar, the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda, and many other good things. Little Yen, in your intelligence, how much do you know about the bloodline heavenly pattern box? Qin Yun asked. I also want to know, Yu Yen said with a frown. I remember that you have a bloodline heavenly pattern box. Did the Purple Sun Fairy Emperor give it to you? Do you really not know what use it has? Qin Yun only knew a little bit. He knew that the bloodline heavenly pattern box could be fused with divine weapons. The upper echelons of the Heaven Secrets sect might know, but I am only a small fry in the Heaven Secrets sect. What can I know? As Yu Yen spoke, she continued to use the telescope tool to stare at Great Master Tianyu. She suddenly grabbed Qin Yun's clothes and said, Look at that guy with a big belly, he is Great Master Tianyu. Sure enough, Qin Yun saw a fat man with a big belly floating out of the boat. This caused him to be very surprised. Because in his imagination, Great Master Tianyu should not look like this. This is very different from your portrait. Qin Yun remembered that the person in the portrait was not like this. He changed his appearance and even changed his body. This guy is very cautious. Yu Yen cursed in low voice. This old fox must be worried that something unexpected would happen, so he used the worst body. That's for the best. This way it will be easier to deal with him. Qin Yun took out the Divine King Spear and prepared to attack. It might not be that simple. This guy's body looks very weak, but who knows if he will explode? We often use this kind of trick, Yu Yen said. Previously, when she was suppressed by Qin Yun's supergravity, she wanted to explode and escape. But in the end she was captured by Qin Yun. How I captured you, I will capture him. Don't worry. Qin Yun chuckled. Chapter 2587. Yu Yen wanted to follow, but she did not know where Qin Yun was. She was burning with anxiety because in her opinion, Great Master Tianyu was in charge of finding the Heaven-Universe origin body, which meant that he had received orders from the upper echelons. Therefore, she was worried that the upper echelons of the Heaven Secrets sect were nearby, or that there was an even more powerful dark assassin of Heaven Secrets following Great Master Tianyu. She had originally planned to observe carefully and then discuss with Qin Yun how to act, but Qin Yun just disappeared. Qin Yun was not afraid at all. When he saw that the people there were all Shun Tianjun cultivators, he immediately went invisible. Of course, after he went over, he did not immediately take action. Instead, he kept a distance from Great Master Tianyu and the others, observed clearly and waited for an opportunity to attack. He only wanted to capture Great Master Tianyu. He did not even plan to fight, as long as he could capture Great Master Tianyu's soul. Great Master Tianyu was worthy of being a relatively high-level dark assassin of Heaven Secrets. He floated in the air, very vigilant, holding a disc in his hand. It was something that could detect soul fluctuations. After Qin Yun stepped into the Tao God realm, his heavenly soul and heavenly spirit also improved a lot, which allowed him to control his own soul fluctuations more freely. After Great Master Tianyu probed for a while and did not find anyone hiding nearby, he flew towards the exploded pillar with relief. The Bright Moon sect's fifth elder followed behind Great Master Tianyu very respectfully. It could be seen that Great Master Tianyu's ability made the fifth elder admire him very much. The reason why Yu Yen did not go over was because she knew that Great Master Tianyu would take out a tool to probe. She had to keep a distance so that she would not be detected. When she saw Great Master Tianyu use a tool to probe, she was worried for Qin Yun. She thought that Qin Yun would be discovered and immediately enter battle. However, Great Master Tianyu did not discover Qin Yun at all. This made Yu Yen secretly heave a sigh of relief. She began to wonder if Qin Yun was near the mine. Great Master Tian Yu looked at the exploded pillar and said with a frown, "Very strong flame." The huge pillar was broken in the middle, and the place where it was broken was still burning with raging flames. "Great Master Tian Yu, what's so special about this flame?" The fifth elder stroked his long beard and looked at the flame. He knew that it was very strong. "If I'm not wrong, it should be caused by the fire attribute divine liquid of sun and moon." Great Master Tianyu looked like a fat man now, but he was not weak in any aspect. He had already begun to be vigilant. These pillars didn't self-destruct? The fifth elder also realized that someone was attacking. Someone used the extremely strong divine power of the sun and moon to transform into a divine flame liquid, refined it into a kind of explosive thing, placed it on the formation pillar, and wanted to break the formation. Master Tianyu sneered. "This person is quite capable, but he has underestimated the formation I set up." The fifth elder was relieved and said with a smile, "Master Tianyu, when will we be able to break the natural seal at the bottom of the mine? I use the array pillars to set up the formation above to isolate all the divine power below. As long as the nature seal can no longer be maintained by absorbing divine power, it will naturally be undone." Master Tianyu smiled proudly. "That day will come soon." Qin Yun nodded to himself. The reason why the inscription Fungus Queen was persuaded by Mo was mainly because she realized that she was sealed. Great Master Tianyu is quite capable, no wonder he can become a heaven-tier hidden assassin of heavenly secret. In terms of runes, Yu Yen is far inferior to Great Master Tianyu. Fifth Elder, what kind of enemy do you have in the Bright Moon sect that is so daring? Great Master Tianyu asked. Do you think it was done by that damned girl Ming Yunyue? Or was it done by that protector? I can't be sure. This mine was originally owned by Protector. He wanted to sell it to Ming Yunyue, but I snatched it away. Then they discovered that there are treasures in the mine, so they must be very uncomfortable. The fifth elder shook his head. Although they harbor hatred in their hearts, they shouldn't have done such a thing. They shouldn't have done such a thing. Great Master Tianyu said coldly, "Why do you say so?" The fifth elder said, "Whether it is Protector or Bright Moon Saintess, if they really wanted to attack me, they wouldn't have made such a small commotion." Great Master Tianyu's expression changed. He immediately took out several tools and a glittering talisman in his hand. "Great Master Tianyu, what's wrong?" The fifth elder also became nervous when he saw Great Master Tianyu's attitude. "I suspect that someone deliberately lured us here. If that's the case, then this person's concealment ability is extremely strong." Great Master Tianyu stared at the few tools floating in front of him and said in a deep voice. And the golden talisman in his hand, with a whoosh, burst into flames. "Someone is nearby." Great Master Tianyu shouted. "Who is it?" The fifth elder immediately summoned a long sword and shouted angrily in all directions. Great Master Tianyu's vigilance is very high. He can even sense the approaching danger. His 7 apertures suddenly flashed with golden light. This is his soul about to leave his body. It was also at this moment that a large object came crashing down. It was Qin Yun's soul creation heavenly cauldron. When it came crashing down, Great Master Tianyu's soul coincidentally flew into the cauldron and was caught by Qin Yun. It flew in by itself. Qin Yun immediately put away the soul creation heavenly cauldron. He did not even show his face as he captured Great Master Tianyu. The fifth elder immediately shouted, "There's an enemy!" Boom! Boom! All of a sudden, the pillars around the mine began to explode. A large number of pillars exploded at this moment, seriously interfering with the fifth elder and the others. As a result, the patrol squads did not know where to go. Just as they were in chaos, Qin Yun had already returned behind Yu Yen. Yu Yen also gritted her teeth nervously. She used a telescope to stare at the fifth elder. She believed that the fifth elder was most likely to find Qin Yun and fight with him. Just as she was completely focused, her butt was slapped by Qin Yun. A strange feeling surged up. Although she was shocked once again, she immediately realized that Qin Yun had returned. "Let's go." Yu Yen immediately pulled Qin Yun and flew away. She really did not expect that Qin Yun would succeed so easily. This made her extremely pleasantly surprised. Qin Yun followed Yu Yen and flew away from the mine. In Yu Yan's opinion, this operation was perfect, even though Qin Yun did not discuss it with her. After flying for a long distance, Yu Yen stopped. "I caught that guy. It's not very difficult," Qin Yun said with a smile. "Then, what should we do next to get information out of him?" Yu Yen was worried about this. She was also thinking about this question along the way. "I feel that this guy is not as easy to deal with as me." "Not necessarily." Qin Yun took out the 9-sun sky-raising pagoda and released the soul creation heavenly cauldron. He indicated for Yu Yen to talk to Great Master Tianyu. "Tianyu, do you know who I am?" Yu Yen said directly. "Slut, I didn't expect it to be you." Great Master Tianyu was very angry. His soul trembled and he shouted angrily, "You little slut, it's impossible for you to capture me. You're about to be finished. I'll let you curse a few more times." Yu Yen sneered proudly. "Finished? Little bitch, aren't you getting too carried away with your success? We are all descendants of the Divine Sun, how can we be finished?" Great Master Tianyu laughed loudly. "Just you wait for me to run out, you'll have a good time." Qin Yun immediately controlled a soul whose memory had been erased to fly out. Last time, he also scared Yu Yen like this. He gave Yu Yen a meaningful glance, indicating for her to start scaring him. Yu Yen recalled that she had been threatened by Qin Yun like this before. Not long after, it was her turn to threaten other descendants of the Divine Sun. This made her feel extremely emotional. "Tianyu, do you see that soul? This is the soul of a Divine Sun descendant. Guess what I did?" Yu Yen laughed loudly. "I can turn you into this at any time. This soul has lost its memory, this is soul lost due. Where did you get the soul lost due?" Great Master Tianyu cried out in fear. Qin Yun is somewhat astonished because not many people know about the soul lost due. "How do you know about the soul lost due?" Yu Yen asked. Qin Yun sent her a sound transmission from the side, telling her to ask. This was done by those fellows from the Poisoned Sun Divine clan. After they made this kind of thing and were discovered by us, they were immediately killed. I didn't expect that this thing would still flow out. Where did you get it? Great Master Tianyu said coldly. Yu Yen, you carry it. Who is the person behind? Possessing the soul lost due is equivalent to going against the entire law enforcement realm. Even the Heaven Secrets sect will not forgive you. I am Qin Yun. Qin Yun directly replied to Great Master Tianyu and said, "Do you think I am afraid of the law enforcement realm and the Heaven Secrets sect?" Great Master Tianyu did not immediately reply because he is currently extremely shocked. Tianyu, you have two paths to choose from. Either you become Yu Yan's slave or you choose to have your memories erased. Qin Yun said. Yu Yan looked at Qin Yun in shock. Qin Yun actually wanted her to enslave Great Master Tianyu. Great Master Tianyu was silent for a moment and asked, "Master Qin, can I choose to be your slave?" "No." Qin Yun said, "You can only be Yu Yan's slave. Master Qin, if you want me to be your slave, I have a generous gift for you. I have a gift for you." Master Tianyu could not accept being enslaved by Yu Yan. "You want to give me that heavenly universe origin body, right?" Qin Yun said with a smile. "I've already taken it." After Great Master Tianyu heard this, he cursed in his heart. "Tianyu, don't worry. I, Master Yu, will not bully you. You have great value. If Master Qin needs you, I will let you live well." Yu Yan finally had a smile on her face. Great Master Tianyu felt very helpless. He did not want to have his memories erased, nor did he want to be enslaved by Yu Yan. Right now, he had to choose between these two choices. Master Qin, if you guarantee that I will not be destroyed, I am willing to be Yu Yan's subordinate. Great Master Tian, you could only admit defeat. I promise, Qin Yun said. For Yu Yan, being able to enslave Great Master Tian Yu is an incomparably delightful thing. Therefore, she naturally would not torture this enemy. All right. Great Master Tian, you could only admit defeat. Chapter 2588. Tian Yu cursed in his heart, but he could only say with a smile, "Thank you, Master Qin, for your concern for us brothers. I will thank Master Qin on behalf of my brother. I will bring Master Qin to find him as soon as possible." Yu Yan, who was at the side, felt very comfortable, but she still wanted to ask Qin Yun, "Are you a devil? Tian Yu, who told you to find that heavenly universe origin body?" Yu Yan looked at the soul and asked. "Well, it's my original boss," Tian Yu said. "My original boss was a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets. He ordered me to come here to set up a formation and let me grind away the energy of the natural formation." This was just as Yu Yan had guessed. A higher-up had sent Great Master Tian Yu to do this. Qin Yun said, "Your boss is a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets. Did someone order him to find the heavenly universe origin body?" Tian Yu nodded. "I guess so too. It should be an order from the upper echelons of the Heaven Secrets sect. I'm just a small errand boy." "Tian Yu, since you are a heaven-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets, do you know where the Heaven Secrets sect is?" Qin Yun wanted to find the Heaven Secrets sect as soon as possible. Even if he could not destroy the Heaven Secrets sect now, he could definitely make them suffer heavy losses. "I really don't know about this." Tian Yu was afraid that Qin Yun would not believe him and said anxiously, "I don't dare to lie to you." Yu Yan was surprised and said, "Even you don't know? Master Yu, you don't know that there are many heaven-grade assassins of Heaven's secret, but why are they still so low in status? If they knew where the Heaven Secret sect is, they would have been exposed long ago." Tian Yu sighed. "I used to think that by becoming a heaven-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets, I would know where the Heaven Secret sect is located. Moreover, I can enter inside, but I was wrong." "Then what about the king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets?" Qin Yun was somewhat disappointed. However, Tian Yu knew quite a lot of things and had some gains. "If you become a hidden assassin of heavenly secrets, you will definitely know where the Heaven Secret sect is. My boss told me that every king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets has to return to the Heaven Secret sect to be inspected every once in a while," Tian Yu replied. Yu Yan knew what Qin Yun was thinking and was also shocked. Qin Yun clearly wanted to enslave a king-level assassin of heavenly secrets, and the best candidate was most likely the boss of Heavenly Jade. "Tian Yu, is your brother also in Divine Moon of the Heavens?" asked Qin Yun. "I'll let him come over." Tian Yu could only sell her younger brother now. After all, she was someone else's slave and had no choice. "After you and your brother become my subordinates, you will act as usual. I won't interfere too much with your matters as long as you're obedient," Yu Yan said with a smile. These two brothers had once cheated Yu Yan. If they both became Yu Yan's slaves, then Yu Yan would have gotten her revenge. They released Tian Yu's soul and allowed it to return. He hid his body in his residence in Bright Moon City. Qin Yun said, "Heaven Secret Sect, you planted a spy in the Divine Moon Clan to plot against me. Now it's my turn to plant a spy in the Heaven Secret Sect." "Master Qin, are you really going to take down Tian Yu's boss? That is a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secret. He is not easy to deal with," Yu Yan said. "If you don't succeed, then Brother Tian Yu and I will be exposed. The Heaven Secret Sect still doesn't know that Yu Yan and Tian Yu have betrayed them. Qin Yun's method of undoing their soul contracts is very brilliant. It won't be discovered and even allowed their original masters to sense them. It's just that they can't torture their souls through the soul contract. That's why I must succeed. Qin Yun also knows the consequences of failure. Although it won't cause him any losses, it will be very difficult to plant a spy in the Heaven Secrets sect in the future. If Yu Yen can really infiltrate the Heaven Secrets sect, even if she is discovered to be a spy, she won't die. Even the Heaven Secrets sect has not found an effective method to exterminate the souls of Divine Sun descendant. They once wanted to obtain the soul lost due, but they failed in the end. Therefore, they could only exterminate the poisoned Sun Divine race. What made them miscalculate was that before the poisoned Sun Divine race died, he threw out the soul lost due and it landed on the divine moon of the heavens. The Heavenly Emperor almost obtained it, but Qin Yun beat him to it. Tianyu has already returned to Bright Moon City. He will handle the matter with the Fifth Elder. Qin Yun and Yu Yen also returned to Bright Moon City. They are in Ming Yunyue's Crystal Moon Lane. Although Ming Yunyue didn't urge Qin Yun to return the Divine Universe Golden Stone, Qin Yun has always remembered it. Moreover, he is very concerned about this matter. Tianyu's soul entered a new body. It looks a lot more normal. It's a tall and sturdy middle-aged man. He arrived at the Crystal Moon Lane. It was Qin Yun who asked him to come. Ming Yunyue didn't recognize this tall and sturdy middle-aged man, but she felt that he is very familiar. Yunyue, this is Great Master Tianyu. Qin Yun said with a smile. He changed his body. Bright Moon Saintess, hello. Tianyu politely smiled and greeted Ming Yunyue. Ming Yunyue hates this guy to death. However, she saw that Tianyu is not as overbearing as before. It is clear that he has been trained. Great Master Tianyu, what's wrong? Ming Yunyue asked doubtfully. Didn't you want to kill me before? How would I dare? You are Master Qin's friend. Even if I had 10 guts, I wouldn't dare, Tianyu said with a bitter smile. Ming Yunyue sat down in relief. When she heard Tianyu address Qin Yun as Master Qin, she knew that Tianyu has already been captured. Tianyu, I owe Yunyue more than 10 million Divine Universe Goldstones. That Fifth Elder should be overflowing with wealth. Do you have any way to help me fish out a few million from Fifth Elder? Qin Yun said with a smile. This is also the reason why he asked Tianyu to come. That's not a problem. Tianyu is very confident and said with a smile. I can join hands with Bright Moon Saintess to set up a trap. Alright then. Qin Yun nodded at Ming Yunyue and said, Yunyue, he can be trusted. You should have a good chat with him. Alright. Ming Yunyue doesn't really care about the millions of Divine Universe Goldstones. What she is very interested in is how to trick the Fifth Elder. She also hates this old thing to the bone. Little Yen, you stay here and listen. Maybe they need your help. Qin Yun said. Yes. Yu Yen nodded. Qin Yun left the hall and came to a very spacious basement. He had asked Ming Yunyue to prepare this. He released the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda from the basement. After entering the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda, he hurriedly took out the pill transformation heavenly furnace and the heavenly universe origin body. The furnace-shaped heavenly universe origin body now looks like the shadow of a furnace. After the heavenly universe origin body came out and saw the pill transformation heavenly furnace, it seemed very excited and actually directly charged into the pill transformation heavenly furnace. Hey! Qin Yun shouted in alarm. He wanted to stop the heavenly universe origin body, but he was a step too late. At the same time, the pill transformation heavenly furnace suddenly shook, producing a very strong shock wave that sent Qin Yun flying and crashing into the inner wall. What's going on? Qin Yun's expression changed. He is worried that the pill transformation heavenly furnace will lose control. Whether it is the pill transformation heavenly furnace or the heavenly universe origin body, they are both very precious. If he lost them all at once, he would definitely die of heartache. The pill transformation heavenly furnace constantly trembled, as if it is struggling. Little Yun, it seems like their fusion is not good. Ling Yuner said. The pill transformation heavenly furnace originally has a spirit inside, it will definitely reject the other spirit. Qin Yun can only take out the Gemini treasure mirror and shoot out the power of the mysterious fusion heavenly rune through the mirror and shine it on the pill transformation heavenly furnace. Not long after, the pill transformation heavenly furnace gradually stabilized and the cauldron's body constantly changed colors. Every time it changed color, it would release a burst of intense energy wave. Even Qin Yun found it difficult to move forward due to the energy wave. So strong. Qin Yun is secretly excited because a heavenly divine tool is about to be born. He previously thought that the pill transformation heavenly furnace is a heavenly divine tool. Now he knows that in order to become a true heavenly divine tool, one needs to fuse with the heavenly universe origin body. I am worried that this pill transformation heavenly furnace will not be easy to control in the future. Qin Yun obtained the Star Vault Divine Mirror before. It is a heavenly divine tool that is very difficult to use. Then I will communicate with the pill transformation heavenly furnace first. Ling Yuner also came out and released her mental power to communicate with the pill transformation heavenly furnace. Ling Yuner herself is a spirit body and a very strong one at that. Therefore, she can communicate with many spirit bodies. Little Yun, the pill transformation heavenly furnace said that it needs to replenish energy. Ling Yuner said with a frown, "Don't tell me it needs a large amount of divine universe golden stones?" "I don't have any divine universe golden stones." Qin Yun said with a smile. "Let it eat the little divine sun." When Qin Yun stole 2,000 little divine suns, he hastily controlled the pill transformation heavenly furnace and entered a pearl of the 9-sun divine spirit. He then controlled a little divine sun to approach the pill transformation heavenly furnace. I should be able to absorb it myself, right? Qin Yun looked and discovered that the pill transformation heavenly furnace has suddenly become very large. After opening the lid, it can directly swallow the entire little divine sundae, so awesome. Ling Yuner is currently inside the pearl. After seeing this scene, she exclaimed in surprise. I wonder how long it will take for it to evolve successfully. Previously, that Star Vault Divine Mirror made my big sister Star God leave me for so long. Ling Yuner also misses the delicate and charming Star God very much. Qin Yun said. It doesn't matter if it takes a little longer, as long as it can become stronger. After the pill transformation heavenly furnace becomes stronger, I can refine even stronger divine universe golden bullets. The speed of the pill transformation heavenly furnace's evolution is faster than Qin Yun and Ling Yuner's expectations. It actually succeeded in an instant. After the evolution, the pill transformation heavenly furnace has undergone a great change. Its entire body is pitch black, and there are no patterns on the surface of the furnace. It is very simple. Qin Yun took out the pill transformation heavenly furnace and opened the lid. He said in shock, "The space inside is so big. No wonder it could swallow a little divine sun." Little Yun, in what aspect has the pill transformation heavenly furnace improved? Ling Yuner asked. It should be able to refine even stronger things. When I have more divine universe golden stones, I'll put it in and give it a try. Qin Yun patted the pill transformation heavenly furnace with a smile and said, "In the future, when I fight, I might be able to use it to block a bit." The pill transformation heavenly furnace immediately trembled. It seems to be somewhat dissatisfied. Chapter 2589. Ling Yun-er's words also reminded Qin Yun. Qin Yun immediately let Yu Yen in. After Yu Yen came in, she saw the black pill transformation heavenly furnace and said in surprise, "Is this the furnace-shaped heavenly universe origin body from before?" "Yes, what's wrong?" Qin Yun asked. "This is not the heavenly universe origin body but a heavenly divine tool. How did you create a heavenly divine tool so quickly? Yu Yen did not expect that after not seeing Qin Yun for half a day, he would turn the heavenly universe origin body into a real furnace. I already have a very strong furnace, Qin Yun said with a smile. Little Yen, let your soul fly out and enter this furnace. Let's see if it can fly out. Do you think this furnace can trap the soul of a divine sun descendant? Yu Yen did not want to fly in and muttered, After my soul leaves my body, will you do anything to my body? If I wanted to do anything to you, I would have done it a long time ago. Qin Yun snappily laughed. Little Yen, you have followed me for so many days, don't tell me you still don't know my character. Yu Yen pouted and said, I'm just worried. Oh right, Master Qin, if you want to test whether or not your soul can fly out, you can find Tianyu. He is my little brother now, I'll let him do it. Is he in the Crystal Moon Lane? Qin Yun found it somewhat funny. This Yu Yen really immediately thought of Tianyu. Alright, then I'll give it a try. Yu Yen sat on a chair and let her soul fly out. Qin Yun opened the lid of the pill transformation heavenly furnace and said, Fly in. Don't trap me for too long, I don't like the feeling of being trapped. Yu Yan's soul let out a voice. Why would I trap you? Qin Yun said with a smile. Hurry up and go in. After Yu Yan's soul flew into the pill transformation heavenly furnace, Qin Yun immediately closed the lid. Little Yen, can you escape? Qin Yun asked. The pill transformation heavenly furnace shook a few times and Yu Yan's shout came out. Master Qin, quickly let me out. I tried it just now and it's the same as the soul creation heavenly cauldron. I can't fly out at all. Qin Yun immediately opened the lid and said in surprise, I didn't expect this heavenly divine tool to be able to trap the soul of a divine sun descendant. After Yu Yan's soul flew out, she immediately entered her body. She walked over and patted the Dan transformation heavenly furnace, saying, This is not strange. After all, it's a divine artifact of the universe. It's very normal for it to be able to trap our souls. When Tianyu comes, I'll let him try again, Qin Yun said with a smile. That's for sure. Yu Yen also smirked. Ever since she took in Tianyu as her slave, she became a lot more cheerful and lively. She smiled a lot more, and her resentment towards Qin Yun gradually weakened. The pill transformation heavenly cauldron could condense anything into a pill, but it needed to absorb a lot of energy. Now that it had evolved into a divine weapon of the universe, the amount of energy it needed would definitely be even greater. Yu Yen took out a cigarette and lit it up. She smoked in a cool manner and said, Master Qin, Tianyu and Yunyue have already discussed the plan to trick Fifth Elder. I didn't expect Tianyu to be so treacherous. I'm starting to pity that Fifth Elder. How much can Yunyue earn? Said Qin Yun with a smile. About 5 million. Yunyue said that if she can earn it, she will also deduct the debt you owe her. Yu Yen said, This Tianyu is really useful. He helped you get millions of divine universe golden stones in one go. I'm really inferior to him. But he's your little brother. Qin Yun smiled and patted her face. Then, he took out a sound transmission divine pearl and contacted Ming Yongtian. Ming Yongtian quickly arrived at the living room of Qin Yun's suite. After he sat down, he lit a cigarette and said with a smile, Old cousin, your special supply cigarettes are really too good. I can't even bear to smoke them myself. I use them to give to people to build relationships. He waved the lit cigarette and said, Look at me, I'm smoking this kind of trash cigarette. What trash cigarette? Didn't you smoke this kind of cigarette before? Qin Yun chuckled and said, After smoking good cigarettes, you started to despise them? Yu Yen sat beside Qin Yun and asked curiously, Master Qin, what is a special supply cigarette? Yu Yen is a descendant of the Divine Sun and the Bright Moon sect's disciples are all descendants of the Divine Moon. They have many things in common and smoking is also one of their common hobbies. Qin Yun took out a cigarette and lit it for Yu Yen. Little Yen, look at how good your boss is, he even lit a cigarette for you. Ming Yongtian said with a smile, if you follow him, you won't have to worry about not having a good cigarette to smoke for the rest of your life. Yu Yen didn't know that Qin Yun could make unfettered smoke. She always thought that only the Bright Moon sect could make this kind of unfettered smoke. When she was in the Heaven Secret sect, many Earth-level hidden assassins of Heaven Secret smoked this kind of cigarette. And now, after she took a puff, she immediately realized the difference of this special supply cigarette. She took a deep breath and then exhaled in comfort. She exclaimed in admiration, "It's really a good cigarette. Master Qin, where did you get it?" Unfettered smoke can directly make the soul feel wonderful. Although Yu Yan's previous body was weak, her soul could feel the comfort brought by unfettered smoke. I made it. After Qin Yun finished speaking, he took out a box of cigarettes and handed it to Ming Yongtian. He said, "Brother Ming, take a puff and see." Ming Yongtian took out a cigarette. This cigarette was golden and the fragrance it emitted was also different. It was completely different from all the unfettered smoke. Unfettered smoke is too monotonous, so I changed it. Smoking this kind of cigarette gives you a very special feeling. It can make your mental power more concentrated for a short period of time, and then you can mobilize all the divine power in your body to erupt. Of course, there are side effects. If you stop smoking, your whole body will be very tired, but you will be fine after a good night's sleep. Qin Yun said. This was what Shui Tianzi and Zi Qinqing came up with. They felt that they should make unfettered smoke more useful, especially when it comes to battle or healing. This way, it would be able to sell well. There are many divine medicines planted in the 9 Sun Divine Spirit, so they thought of it and did it. This is very good. Ming Yongtian chuckled and said, "Is there a kind of cigarette, after smoking one, it can make a man full of energy and not fall for 7 nights?" This caused Yu Yen to roll her eyes and scold in low voice, "You men, you think of such dirty things all day long." Yu Yen is also very surprised. Not only can Qin Yun make better unfettered smoke, he can also make it better and have more functions. Ming Yongtian smoked a cigarette given by Qin Yun. Just as he took 2 puffs, his entire body became very spirited, as if his entire body is filled with explosive mental power. This is great. This kind of cigarette is much better than the special cigarettes. Ming Yongtian fiercely took 2 puffs, then punched the ground a few times, creating a few craters. He laughed loudly and said, "My divine power seems to have increased by a lot. Look, you've already destroyed this place. When Yunyu comes back, she will definitely scold you." Qin Yun said with smile, "She's a rich woman, she won't bicker with me." Ming Yongtian took the box of cigarettes given by Qin Yun and said, "Old cousin, I'll go give one to each of those bosses. How much do you plan to sell them for?" "How much do you think it can sell for?" Qin Yun asked. "How about this, you sell a box of 10, 1 box for 2,000 Divine Universe Golden Stones. I'll go out and give it a try first," Ming Yongtian said. Qin Yun has made many automatic cigarette equipment. He can sell them at any time, but he doesn't want to sell them on a large scale in Bright Moon City. This will definitely be found out by Wang Haoyue. He is snatching business in other people's territory. No matter how polite Wang Haoyue is, she will definitely fight him to the death. However, he can let Ming Yongtian explore the market. After Ming Yongtian left, Yu Yen looked at Qin Yun with a strange expression and said in low voice, "Master Qin, can you give me a box of those special cigarettes? I'll be good to you in the future." Qin Yun did not say anything further. He directly took out a box of cigarettes and handed it to her. He said with smile, "Ask me after you finish smoking." "Many thanks, Master Qin. I'll immediately do whatever you say in the future." Yu Yen took it with smile. "You're welcome." Qin Yun waved his hand, curled his lips and said, "You are not an ordinary woman, you don't have to be a maid or anything. Yu Yen immediately grabbed Qin Yun's arm and said with smile, I knew Master Qin wasn't that kind of person. Little Yen, aren't you too unreserved? A box of cigarettes made you so obedient? Qin Yun pinched her cheek. Since I've already signed a soul contract with you, I might as well enjoy it. Yu Yen lit a cigarette and slumped down on a chair. She smoked comfortably and said in a tender voice, Master Qin, you have the Divine King Heavenly Seal, you are destined to be the Divine King of Divine Desolate. It's not bad for me to follow you. Tian, you also secretly told me this. I don't want to be some divine king right now, I want to be the king of smoke, I want to sell cigarettes. Qin Yun said with smile. Speaking of which, do all of you who have immortal souls like to smoke so much? Yu Yen sighed and said, That's because our souls are too empty. Only smoke can give our souls a sense of fullness. The Bright Moon sect is now relying on selling cigarettes to earn a lot of money in exchange for a large amount of remnant sun souls. Ming Yunyue also said before that the older generation of the Bright Moon sect have already broken through the bottleneck of the Heavenly Monarch and entered a whole new realm. Qin Yun has never seen a remnant sun soul, so he planned to ask Ming Yunyue for some research. Very quickly, Yu Yen finished smoking the cigarette. While the aftertaste is endless, she also complained in a low voice. Master Qin, the cigarette you made is long and has little tobacco. It can't burn at all. Because I'm going to sell it to you. This way, I can save a lot of money. Qin Yun said, I'll make something better for you in the future. Unscrupulous merchant. Yu Yen spat in a low voice. If she was not with Qin Yun, just based on the information she had, her understanding of Qin Yun would be too little. The Heaven Secrets sect would never have thought that the Qin Yun they wanted to kill would actually start selling cigarettes. Master Qin, your cigarettes will definitely receive a lot of attention from the Heaven Secrets sect in the future. They want to steal your secret recipe and then send hidden assassins of heavenly secrets to investigate you, the King of Smoke. Yu Yen said very seriously. Is that so? That's very good. Qin Yun's eyes lit up as he said with a smile. I want to make a type of cigarette specially used to numb the descendants of the Divine Sun, making them addicted and unable to stop. Let's call it Big Smoke. Yu Yen said in shock. If you can really make it, then the descendants of the Divine Sun will be in chaos. Maybe in the end, all the descendants of the Divine Sun will unite to kill you. Chapter 2590. Qin Yun did not have to wait long before Ming Yongtian returned with a smile on his face. It was clear that he had gained a lot. The cigarettes he had just gone out to peddle must be very popular. Bro, that kind of cigarette has been praised by several bosses. They all asked me if I could make a reservation. Ming Yongtian smiled and said, I didn't tell them that I had a lot, I only told them that it was very rare. Since it's so popular, I'll start selling it in the future. If we release a large amount of goods in Bright Moon City, it will definitely attract the attention of many parties. Qin Yun only wanted Ming Yongtian to give it a try and see if it could sell well. According to Ming Yongtian's feedback, it was definitely going to be popular. It was just that he wasn't sure how much it would cost. There's only one type of unfettered smoke from the Bright Moon Church, and it's not of good quality. If you want to sell it, I suggest that you create your own name. Don't call it Xiao Yao Yen. Ming Yongtian smiled and said, otherwise, the Bright Moon Church might say that you're imitating them and come looking for trouble with you. Yu Yen nodded and said, Lord Qin, what Brother Ming said is very reasonable. Let's change the name of our cigarettes. I have a pretty good name. It's called Heavenly Ecstasy. Ming Yongtian seemed to have already thought of a name. Qin Yun shook his head in disgust. This name won't do. That's called Heaven Flipping High. Ming Yongtian said. Yu Yen rolled her eyes and curled her lip. What's the difference between this and the previous one? Ming Yongtian muttered. I think it's very good. We don't have to use the same name, we can use different names for different types of cigarettes, Qin Yun said with smile. If it is a common type of cigarette, we will call it elegant smoke. When I make other breeds in the future, I can call it heaven-shaking pleasure, or something. This is not bad. Ming Yongtian smiled and said, Bro, you should make a type of cigarette that can truly make the heavens turn upside down. That would definitely be a hit. The negative effects of this kind of thing must be very big. Qin Yun waved his hand and said, As long as it is a bit ordinary, it will be fine. Ming Yongtian laughed and said, Brother, when can you start selling your cigarettes? The tycoons I know can't wait any longer. Don't worry, when the time comes, I will let you be in charge of selling. Qin Yun also trusted Ming Yongtian very much. The matter of selling cigarettes could be left to Ming Yongtian. Qin Yun would be in charge of manufacturing the cigarettes, and he would be behind the scenes. He had to hide his identity and not let the Heaven Secrets sect or the Bright Moon sect know about it. Once this business expanded, it would definitely attract the attention of various powerful forces. When Ming Yongtian found out that he was going to be in charge of sales, he was extremely excited. However, Qin Yun also explained the risks to him. Brother Ming, if you want to help me sell cigarettes, once you are targeted by Wang Haoyue or the law enforcement world, you will be in great danger. Qin Yun said, This is not an easy task. Don't worry, they can't kill me. After some time, when my parents are back, I will pull them along. Our family is a business family. Look at my sister. She's a rich woman now. Ming Yongtian had always been inferior to his younger sister, so he had always felt inferior. However, there was an opportunity in front of him that could make him rich. Alright, I'll discuss the specifics with you later, Qin Yun said. If you really want to do it, don't stay in Bright Moon City. It's best if you go to Divine Desolate. The market of Divine Desolate has already been opened by the Bright Moon sect. Many people are addicted to smoking. As long as Qin Yun and the others sell better cigarettes than the Bright Moon sect, they will immediately surpass them. Qin Yun not only wants to earn Divine Universe metal stones to repay his debt, he also has a bigger plan. He wants to study this kind of cigarette in the future and see how he can make the descendants of Divine Sun addicted. As long as he can do it, he can control them. The souls of the descendants of Divine Sun are different from humans. Compared to humans, the souls of the descendants of Divine Sun are more infatuated with Xiao Yao Yen. If he can find something that can make them addicted to Xiao Yao Yen, he might be able to control them. Ming Yongtian suddenly took out a communication talisman and said, Old cousin, there is a person called Tian Rui outside. He said that great master Tian Yu sent him here. Yu Yen said anxiously, This guy is Tian Yu's younger brother. Qin Yun nodded. Tian Yu had indeed betrayed his younger brother. He actually sent his younger brother over so quickly. Tian Yu directly sent his younger brother over? Qin Yun still has not made a good plan. Let's go see Tian Rui first. Yu Yen stood up and walked out. Qin Yun and Ming Yongtian followed behind her. In a hall outside, Tian Rui walked back and forth with his hands behind his back. He is a refined middle-aged man dressed in white. He looks very righteous and doesn't look like a Heavenly Secrets secret assassin at all. Master Yu, this is Master Qin, right? Tian Rui looked at Qin Yun and said with a smile. Little brother Tian Rui greets Master Qin. Qin Yun is startled and looked at Yu Yen. Yu Yen is also very shocked. Because Tian Rui has not signed a master-servant contract with her. After seeing Qin Yun, he actually directly called him Master Qin. There is only one possibility, Tian Yu made her little brother admit defeat. But isn't this little brother too obedient? Tian Rui, did your brother tell you everything? Yu Yen asked doubtfully. That's right. Master Yu, I will sign a soul contract with you right now. However, there is still contract soul power in my soul. I need Master Qin to help me remove it. After Tian Rui finished speaking, he sat on a chair and let his soul fly out of his body. Qin Yun took out the soul creation heavenly cauldron and let Tian Rui's soul enter the cauldron. Then he refined the contract soul power. When Ming Yongtian saw that Qin Yun can refine the contract soul power, he couldn't help but be shocked. This is very difficult to get rid of, but Qin Yun easily did it. Tian Rui straightforwardly signed a master-servant contract with Yu Yen, and his soul returned to his body. Tian Rui, what's going on with you? Why are you so willing to admit defeat? Yu Yen is somewhat confused. My brother said that following Master Qin is more promising. Just based on the fact that Master Qin can defy the heavenly rules, I feel that Master Qin is definitely stronger than those guys from the heavenly secret sect. Tian Rui said with a smile. The relationship between the two brothers is very good. Tian Yu told Tian Rui everything about him being defeated. After knowing that his brother was defeated, after careful consideration, Tian Rui decided to join Qin Yun's side. In any case, following Qin Yun in the heavenly secret sect is almost the same. In addition, just like Tian Rui said, Qin Yun defy the heavenly rules and Tao. In the future, he might be able to completely break the heavenly rules and Tao and become the overlord of the new era. They are descendants of the Divine Sun, and Qin Yun has mastered the secret method of making soul loss due. In the future, he will definitely be able to create a method to kill the souls of the descendants of the Divine Sun. If they rely on Qin Yun early, not only will they be able to save their lives, they will also be able to achieve meteoric success. It is much better than staying in a place like the heavenly secret sect. In the living room of Qin Yun's suite, Yu Yen, Qin Yun and Tian Rui are discussing in secret. Ming Yongtian also took the cigarette given by Qin Yun and went out to have fun. Tian Rui is introducing himself and talking about his strength. He is not proficient in inscriptions, but he is proficient in the Tao of pills, and he is also a very knowledgeable person. After Qin Yun heard this, he also thinks that he is a good talent. Tian Rui, have you heard of the Terminator Profound Killing Curse? Qin Yun asked. Tian Rui knows more things than Tian Yu. Although he is the younger brother, he is deeply loved by their boss. Speaking of the Terminator Profound Killing Curse, Tian Rui's expression changed and he said, "Of course I have heard of it. This Terminator Profound Killing Curse is one of the 5 great curse techniques of the Heavenly Secret Sect. The Heavenly Secret Sect has 5 curse heavenly venerables. They are divided into East, South, West, and Central. As for which curse heavenly venerables it is, I am not sure. Can it be removed after being hit by the Terminator Profound Killing Curse?" Qin Yun asked again. Tian Rui frowned and shook his head. After being hit by the Terminator Profound Killing Curse, one will die without a doubt. Of course, if the soul is immortal, then they definitely won't die. If it is a normal living being, after being hit by the Terminator Profound Killing Curse, their body and soul will quickly die. There is no time to remove the curse. What if it is in an environment where time is still? Qin Yun asked again. If that is the case, it can indeed stop the curse power from spreading and win the chance to remove the curse. Tian Rui asked, "Master Qin, could it be that you have a friend who was hit by the Terminator Profound Killing Curse?" When Qin Yun asked earlier, he had roughly guessed it. Although he was shocked in his heart, he thought of many things. After all, he was from the Heaven's Secret Sect and had a lot of information about Qin Yun. "That's right." Qin Yun nodded and said, "When I was in the Divine Moon Clan, I met a spy from the Heaven's Secret Sect. They used the Terminator Profound Killing Curse. After my friends were hit by this curse, I placed them in an environment where time was still. As expected of Master Qin, to be able to do this in the first place. Otherwise, your friends would have died without a doubt." Tian Rui exclaimed. This was actually Ling Yun-er's reminder to Qin Yun. At that time, Qin Yun was extremely depressed. Ling Yun was always able to remind him at the most critical moment. Tian Rui, I want to understand the Terminator profound killing curse better. Can you help me? Qin Yun asked. If you want to understand it better, then you can only capture my boss. When Tian Rui spoke of this matter, his expression was very calm. You already have a plan, right? Qin Yun said with a smile. Tian Rui and Tian Yu's boss were the same person, a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets with a relatively high status. Yu Yen began to feel nervous. After all, she was only an Earth-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets. A king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets was a high and mighty existence to her. I already have, but I need Master Qin's cooperation, Tian Rui said. I will cooperate with you. Qin Yun said, when do we make our move? Our brother's boss is a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets. He is a very cautious person. If you want to lure him into a trap, you need a good enough bait, Tian Rui said. I heard from my brother that Master Qin has already obtained the Heavenly Universe origin body. Qin Yun nodded and said, I have already fused with the Heavenly Universe origin body. It is now a heavenly divine tool. I'm afraid it can't be used as bait. Then is there anything else better? Tian Rui was slightly startled. He didn't expect Qin Yun to turn the Heavenly Universe origin body into a heavenly divine tool so quickly. Bloodline Heavenly Pattern Box. Will this do? Chapter 2591. There were a total of 9 Bloodline Heavenly Pattern Boxes, and more than half of them were in Qin Yun's hands. One of them was even with Ming Yunyue. Even those from the Heaven's Secrets Gate only knew what the Bloodline Heavenly Pattern Box looked like. Even if they had seen it before, they wouldn't be able to tell if it was real or fake. If we really want to use the Bloodline Heavenly Pattern Box to lure my boss, how can we make him believe it? Tian Rui said, that old man is still quite suspicious. He'll definitely ask me how I knew it was a Bloodline Heavenly Pattern Box. Yu Yen said, if the box was placed in front of me, I definitely wouldn't recognize it. We know too little about Bloodline Heavenly Patterns. He had to make the old fox believe him, so he couldn't reveal any flaws. Thus, he could only use the truth and falsehood to deceive the old fox. How much intelligence does the Heaven Secrets chapter have on Bright Moon Saintess Ming Yunyue? Asked Qin Yun. Ming Yunyue is the Bright Moon Saintess, and she is extremely powerful. Even Wang Haoyue, the sect master, was afraid of her. Her parents are Bright Moon disciples of the older generation, and they are very good at business, so they were sent out to do business. Tian Rui looked around and said, the Crystal Moon Lane we are in is the best shop in Ming Yunyue's hands. Qin Yun nodded. Anything else? Tian Rui continued, she has a good-for-nothing brother called Ming Yongtian. I've met him before, but according to my investigation these past 2 days, there are some discrepancies in the information. Her brother is now doing very well. This should be Master Qin secretly helping him, right? Originally, he was a hopeless person, but now he is doing so well. This made Tian Rui believe that if he followed Qin Yun, he would be able to achieve meteoric success. I just helped him with a little bit of a favor. Brother Ming has been working very hard. He just didn't have any good opportunities before. Qin Yun waved his hand with a smile and continued to ask, other than that, how much do you know about Yunyu? Tian Rui shook his head and looked at Yu Yen. Yu Yen also shook her head and said, I know about the same as Tian Rui. Also, some time ago, Yunyu actually agreed to let Wang Haoyue's daughter become the saintess. This is rather sudden. Because before this, Ming Yunyue will not allow a new holy maiden to appear. Tian Rui said, this is not strange. Ming Yunyue and Wang Haoyue must have made a deal in secret. According to my investigation, Wang Haoyue's daughter, Wang Yuejiao, has an extremely good relationship with Ming Yunyue. She does not pose any threat to Ming Yunyue's position as the great saintess. That's right. Are there any more? Qin Yun said. Tianru and Yu Yen thought that Qin Yun was testing them. The Tiansha Battle Immortal and Ming Yunyue are very close. Moreover, it is round. Ming Yunyue's bloodline heavenly pattern box looks exactly like this. Furthermore, the bloodline heavenly pattern box on the box's surface is very realistic. If a Heaven Secret Sex upper echelon saw it, they would immediately recognize it as a bloodline heavenly pattern box. Yu Yen said, Tianrui, will your boss tell his superiors about this? Tianrui shook his head and said, absolutely not. Everyone wants to pocket the bloodline heavenly pattern box. Our boss is no exception. If he has the chance to pocket it, he won't share this secret with others. White Sun Elven Emperor was also the same. He clearly had it, but he didn't want to hand it over to all the heavenly venerables. That's why he was swindled by Qin Yun. Then you better make up a good story. Once he believes it, we will proceed to the next step. Qin Yun said. Tianrui immediately took action. Qin Yun also gave him a sound transmission divine pearl. Tianrui and Tian, you have spatial communication tools. They can quickly contact their boss and send back some images. Qin Yun called Ming Yongtian over and asked him to cooperate with him. He asked him to take the bloodline heavenly pattern box and pretend to show off to Tianyu. Tianrui recorded this scene and sent it back to their boss. Tianyu and Tianrui's boss is called Chu Wuxing. He usually uses the body of an old man. Neither of them had ever seen Chu Wuxing's true body. Not long after, Tianrui contacted Qin Yun and said that Chu Wuxing is very excited after hearing the news. Moreover, he said that he will come to Heavenly Divine Moon as soon as possible. Qin Yun immediately left with Ming Yongtian. Ming Yongtian has a few small mines in his possession. From time to time, he would go and check on the mining progress. There are some buildings near those small mines. Ming Yongtian would go and check on his mines for a day or two. Qin Yun and Ming Yongtian spent a whole day flying to a small mine very far from Bright Moon City. Qin Yun chose a small building and set up a trap. Then he waited for Tianrui and Tianyu to arrive with Chu Wuxing in a small hall. Chu Wuxing is a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secret. This kind of old fox is very cautious. Qin Yun doesn't have absolute confidence in capturing him. Ming Yongtian is not afraid of death. Therefore, even if he knows that he is facing a very strong king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secret, he is still very calm. Ming Yunyue knows about this, but Qin Yun doesn't want her to participate directly. He only wants her to know that if needed, she can immediately cooperate. If too many people were involved, there would be even more flaws. Even Yu Yen had been hidden by Qin Yun, preventing her from showing herself. If it were anyone else, Qin Yun would definitely release the Heaven Eye clone in the air. But now, he has no choice but to put it away. If Chu Wuxing discovers that something is wrong, he will definitely run away. At that time, even Tianrui and Tian Yu will not be able to stay in the Heaven Secrets sect. Qin Yun has been tricked by the Heaven Secrets sect's spy in the Divine Moon Race. Therefore, he wants to use the same method to trick the Heaven Secrets sect. If he can control a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secret, he can quickly find the Heaven Secrets sect. He might even be able to sneak into the Heaven Secrets sect himself. For this plan, the next step is very important. Only by capturing Chu Wuxing can this plan be carried out. Half a day later, Tianrui and Tian Yu followed Chu Wuxing and approached the small mine. Tianrui did not use the sound transmission divine pearl to contact Qin Yun. He is also afraid of being discovered. These two brothers can become heaven-level hidden assassins of heavenly secret, so they have done this kind of thing many times. Therefore, they are very calm and even feel a little excited. Because to the hidden assassins of heavenly secret, being able to trick their boss is something to be proud of. After all, their boss is a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secret. If he dies in their hands, they will be very proud. Coming. Ming Yongtian secretly transmitted his voice to Qin Yun. Qin Yun did not look outside the door because he is afraid of being discovered by Chu Wuxing. After the door opened, Qin Yun and Ming Yongtian looked over and saw a tall, thin, black-robed old man walk in. After the old man opened the door, he released his aura. The divine power aura is very powerful, causing Qin Yun and Ming Yongtian's expressions to change. It's him. Chu Wuxing looked at Ming Yongtian and rushed over. Because he just checked outside, there are no powerful heavenly monarchs nearby, so he can directly snatch it. Just as Chu Wuxing rushed over, the pill transformation heavenly cauldron suddenly came crashing down. Although Chu Wuxing attacked in a hurry, he was constantly on guard and avoided the pill transformation heavenly cauldron. He also discovered that the cauldron is not simple. Boom! Qin Yun suddenly released the strongest supergravity, trapping Chu Wuxing. At the same time, he controlled the soul creation heavenly cauldron that he prepared for a long time to come crashing down. This time, Chu Wuxing was covered. His soul and body were covered by the soul creation heavenly cauldron. Success! Qin Yun heaved a sigh of relief, wiped the sweat from his forehead and smiled. Tian Yu and Tian Rui were also sweating, especially when they saw that the pill transformation heavenly cauldron was not covered. They thought that they had failed. Chapter 2592. Tian Rui and Tian Yu were inside the room, looking at the shaking soul creation heavenly cauldron in shock. This guy, isn't he a bit too careless? Is he really a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets? Is that all? Qin Yun patted the soul creation heavenly cauldron and couldn't help but laugh. We confirmed earlier that this is Chu Wuxing's main soul, not a puppet avatar. Tian Yu said. Tian Rui laughed mischievously. Chu Wuxing probably didn't expect us to betray him, and he definitely didn't expect Qin Yun to attack him. Chu Wuxing indeed didn't suspect Tian Yu and Tian Rui because the two brothers had signed a soul contract with him. However, what Chu Wuxing didn't expect was that Qin Yun had already removed the soul power contract between the two brothers. Furthermore, Chu Wuxing didn't notice it at all. This was an extremely brilliant method. Because of this premise, Tian Rui and Tian Yu could continue to stay in the Heaven Secrets sect. Yu Yen was released by Qin Yun. She couldn't believe that a king-level hidden assassin of heavenly secrets had been captured. She suddenly felt that she wasn't that bad after all. After all, heaven and king-level hidden assassins of heavenly secrets had fallen into Qin Yun's hands. Moreover, this was also thanks to her. If she hadn't led them to Tian Yu, these people wouldn't have fallen into Qin Yun's hands one after another. Big Boss Chu, calm down. Qin Yun patted the soul creation heavenly cauldron and laughed mischievously. No matter what you do, it's useless. Tian Yu and Tian Rui, you two bastards. I will make you regret this. Chu Wuxing's angry shout came from the soul creation heavenly cauldron. He wanted to kill the two brothers, but they were divine sun descendants and couldn't be killed. They had no choice. Big Boss Chu, do you know who I am? Qin Yun said with a smile. Chu Wuxing said angrily. Qin Yun, you traitor! You won't have a good ending. Just you wait, once I get out, I'll make you pay. He was inside the soul creation heavenly cauldron, so he knew what was trapping him. Everyone knew that Qin Yun had a soul creation heavenly cauldron that could trap the souls of divine sun descendants. Qin Yun immediately released a soul whose memory had been erased and let it float around Chu Wuxing. Soon, Chu Wuxing cried out in shock. Whose soul is this? Why can't I remember anything? I don't know who it is either. This guy should be a 6-star heavenly monarch from the law enforcement world. Qin Yun said. Big Brother Chu, do you know how I erased my memories? You have the soulless stew? Chu Wuxing cried out again. That's right. Don't blame your two subordinates, They were captured by me with this move, Qin Yun said with smile. Tian Yu and Tian Rui had a look of helplessness on their faces. At that moment they had nothing to complain about. After all, they had already boarded Qin Yun's pirate ship. Furthermore, he had even dragged their boss into the water. From their point of view, a family should be neat and tidy. Big Boss Chu, have a good talk with your two subordinates. Qin Yun signaled Tian Yu and Tian Ru to come over and let them talk with Chu Wuxing using mental power. It would be better for them to convince Chu Wuxing, because Sky Sharp and Sky Jade would explain to Chu Wuxing the benefits of working for Qin Yun. Qin Yun and Yu Yen waited patiently by the side. Not long after, Tian Yu and Tian Ru nodded at Qin Yun. Qin Yun, I am willing to cooperate with you, but I must sign a contract with you. I will not sign a contract with a girl like Yu Yen. Chu Wuxing groaned. Why are you so arrogant? You are now in my hands. Yu Yen is somewhat angry and patted the soul creation heavenly cauldron. She had indeed fantasized that Qin Yun would make this king-level dark assassin of heavenly secrets her little brother. All right, sign it with me, Qin Yun said. There is one more condition, we will sign an equal contract. Not a master and servant contract. I will listen to you, but you must not treat me like a slave. Also, you must listen to my opinion, Chu Wuxing said. Chu Wuxing could not betray Qin Yun by signing this contract. Otherwise, his soul would be eternally tortured. This was the most painful thing for a divine sun descendant. No problem. Qin Yun also agreed. After all, Chu Wuxing was a king-level dark assassin of heavenly secrets. He had the capital to negotiate with him. Then, Qin Yun did the same thing as before and helped Chu Wuxing erase the soul power of the contract. He was somewhat surprised that someone like Chu Wuxing could sign a soul contract with a Heaven Secrets Gates upper echelon. Finally, Chu Wuxing and Qin Yun successfully signed the soul contract. After this, Qin Yun could let Chu Wuxing come out without worry. Qin Yun did not destroy Chu Wuxing's body previously. After Chu Wuxing came out, he wanted to kick the soul creation heavenly cauldron, but Qin Yun immediately put it away. We are on the same side from now on. Elder Chu, don't blame Tian Yu and Tian Rui, Qin Yun said with a smile. Those two ingrates. It was impossible for Chu Wuxing not to feel resentment. If he had not been betrayed by his two subordinates, he would not have fallen. Ming Yongtian watched from the side. He was already used to this. After all, it was Qin Yun's doing, so he did not find it strange at all. What's going on with the bloodline heavenly pattern box? Chu Wuxing looked at Ming Yongtian and could not help but ask. After all, this was the reason he came here. It was also the bloodline heavenly pattern box that caused him to fall. Although the descendants of the divine sun god only had souls, their souls were also greedy. Chu Wuxing fell into the trap because of greed. It's fake, Qin Yun said. How can it be fake? It's too realistic. It's just like the legend, it's Tian Shixiang's bloodline heavenly pattern box. Chu Wuxing curled his lips and said. Qin Yun took out the fake bloodline heavenly pattern box and threw it to Chu Wuxing. Here you go. Chu Wuxing caught it and carefully looked at it. Then he vigorously threw it to the ground and even stomped on it a few times. He cursed in low voice. Fuck this broken thing, it's killing me. I have the real one, Qin Yun said with smile. I know you have the real one, but yours should be purple. Purple Sun Fairy Emperor gave it to you. If you used purple as a fake, I wouldn't have been fooled, Chu Wuxing said. Qin Yun asked. Elder Chu, how much do you know about bloodline heavenly patterns? Chu Wuxing shook his head. I really don't know. In short, everyone is looking for them. The entire law enforcement world's upper echelons are looking for bloodline heavenly patterns everywhere. It's like they have gone crazy. I heard that bloodline heavenly patterns are related to the 9 heavens. It's said that it can recreate the 9 heavens, it's the root of the 9 heavens. Qin Yun said. It's not that simple. Chu Wuxing waved his hand. The law enforcement world's upper echelons are not interested in recreating the 9 heavens. There must be some big secret hidden inside bloodline heavenly patterns. Qin Yun was very surprised that even Chu Wuxing didn't know much about bloodline heavenly patterns. Ming Yongtian tactfully left when he heard them talking about some big secret. He didn't want to know too much, he just wanted to quietly get rich. What about the Terminator profound killing curse? Qin Yun asked. Tian Rui said that it was made by one of the Heaven's Secrets Sect's 5 curse art heavenly venerables. Who made it? As a king-level secret agent, he knew much more than Tian Rui and the others. Northern Heavenly Venerable Black Killer. It's his signature curse art. It's the Terminator profound killing curse that made him ranked 3rd among the 5 curse art heavenly venerables. Chu Wuxing said. Only 3rd? Tian Rui said in shock. Yes. 1st is Middle Heavenly Venerable. 2nd is Eastern Heavenly Venerable. Chu Wuxing sighed. Although he's 3rd, Northern Heavenly Venerable Black Killer isn't that far off from 1st and 2nd. Qin Yun already knew who made the curse art. He couldn't find a way to break it, so he could only find Northern Heavenly Venerable Black Killer. Yu Yen asked. Is Black Killer in the Heaven's Secret Sect? Chu Wuxing nodded. Yes. He's in the Heaven's Secret Sect. I've seen him a few times. Really? Boss Chu, I didn't expect you to meet such a person. Tian Yu quickly said. Bullshit, boss. Chu Wuxing became angry just thinking about it. They called him Boss Chu but secretly sold him out. Elder Chu, can you bring me into the Heaven's Secret Sect? Qin Yun asked. He must go to the Heaven's Secret Sect. Chu Wuxing already knew Qin Yun's intentions. He also knew that he was Qin Yun's spy in the Heaven's Secret Sect. His goal was to fight against the Heaven's Secret Sect. It's impossible now. It's not easy to sneak into the Heaven's Secret Sect. Qin Yun, I can help you find the information you need. If there is an opportunity, I will bring you to the Heaven's Secret Sect. Chu Wuxing said. Then tell me the location of the Heaven's Secret Sect. I will go by myself, that way I won't expose you. Qin Yun said. Chu Wuxing shook his head. Truth be told, even I don't know where the Heaven's Secret Sect is. Every time I return to the Heaven's Secret Sect, I have to go through several teleportation portals. According to my guess, the Heaven's Secret Sect should be in many different spaces. Qin Yun has little Ant Queen, so he doesn't think it will be difficult for him to find the Heaven's Secret Sect. I will refine a tool for you to bring back to the Heaven's Secret Sect. That way, I will be able to track the location of the Heaven's Secret Sect. Qin Yun immediately thought of this method. With little Ant Queen's help, it will work. If it really doesn't work, he can ask the experts from the other space race for help. All right. Chu Wuxing also agreed. As long as he doesn't expose himself, there is nothing to be afraid of. Qin Yun brought Chu Wuxing into a secret room. Although Yu Yen and the others won't betray him, Qin Yun doesn't want too many people to know about this matter. After entering the secret room, Qin Yun directly asked, Are the 2 spies in the Divine Moon clan still alive? How can you be sure? Chu Wuxing is somewhat surprised. The Heaven's Secret Sect's upper echelons all think that you won't discover this matter. You will think that they are dead. My matter in the Divine Moon clan has been leaked and the Divine Moon clan's great emperor has ordered that this matter cannot be leaked. So there are only 2 possibilities. Either there are still spies in the Divine Moon clan, or the 2 spies I killed were only very high-level avatars. Chapter 2593. Heavenly Secrets Sect's King-level Heavenly Secrets Secret assassins know that there is a traitor in Divine Moon clan. This means that the Heavenly Secrets Sect's upper echelon deliberately leaked this secret. Senior Chu, when did you know that there is a traitor in Divine Moon clan? Qin Yun asked. Actually, we all guessed it. Moreover, The Heavenly Secrets sect's upper echelon intentionally or unintentionally leaked this information to make our sect more confident. After all, law enforcers can't do anything to you, but Heavenly Secrets sect has a way to destroy your reputation and make you and Divine Moon clan irreconcilable. Chu Wuxing said. Are the Dark Moon and Blood Moon Dukes of the Mystic Moon clan really dead? Who is the mastermind behind them being planted in Divine Moon clan? Qin Yun knows that Mu Yu is definitely involved, but he is not sure. Chu Wuxing furrowed his brows and said, Us King-level dark agents have discussed this matter before. It is indeed very difficult to achieve such a feat. I am not afraid to tell you that us King-level assassins admire the person who set this up, but we don't know who did it. This is a very formidable scheme. He predicted that I would become the Divine Moon clan's acting clan emperor and then used this trick to make me and the Divine Moon clan's emperor become enemies. He wanted to borrow the Divine Moon clan's emperor's hand to kill me. Qin Yun faintly smiled. However, he still miscalculated many things. Chu Wuxing said, This plan was set up many years ago. It is very normal that it did not reach the final goal. But now that your reputation has been ruined and you are being hunted down by Divine Moon clan, this is not a small blow to you. Qin Yun spread his hands and said with sigh, What does my reputation count for? So long as I have strength, what is there to fear? The biggest blow to me is that all my friends have been hit by the Terminator Xian killing curse. Reputation is nothing to Qin Yun. After all, he has great strength. Moreover, his friends know him very well. They won't be affected by those rumors and slanders. And now Xian Rujing, Yi Yaoxue and the others have no choice but to sleep. This is what makes Qin Yun sad. That's right. When I returned to Heavenly Secrets sect, I met a few king-level assassins and discussed it with them. We found it very strange that Divine Moon clan is not retaliating against you. Logically speaking, Tian Shixiang should be hostile to Divine Hall of Ninyang, but now they're actually allowing Divine Hall of Ninyang to come to Divine Moon. Chu Wuxing was very confused. I am no longer a palace king of the Ninyang Divine Palace. The Ninyang Divine Palace and the Heavenly Sword Formation have nothing to do with me. He also found it odd. The Divine Moon clan really did not restrict the Ninyang Divine Palace from coming to the Divine Moon of the heavens. No, even though you tried your best to distance yourself from the sky-piercing sword formation and the Divine Palace of Ninyang, everyone knows that you are the true Palace King of Ninyang. Chu Wuxing said. Elder Chu, help me investigate this. Who plotted the Mystic Moon clan, and whether the real Blood Moon and Dark Moon are still alive. Qin Yun paced back and forth a few steps and said again, Also, who are the fake Blood Moon and Dark Moon? I want to know everything. I'll try my best. Chu Wuxing wasn't confident either, as this involved the higher-ups of the Heaven's Secrets Gate. Qin Yun said, I suspect that Mother Moon is involved. Only she would be able to send two such important people into the Divine Moon clan. Chu Wuxing nodded and said, Some of us king-level secret agents also think so. Elder Chu, if you do well, I will not treat you unfairly. Qin Yun patted Chu Wuxing's shoulder. I saw you use a black furnace to capture me. If I am not wrong, that furnace should be a Heavenly Universe divine tool. Was it evolved from Heavenly Universe origin body? Chu Wuxing suddenly mentioned this matter. I obtained this Heavenly Universe origin body from the Mind's Seal. Qin Yun took out the pill transformation Heavenly Furnace and placed it in front of Chu Wuxing. Chu Wuxing secretly felt heartache because this furnace originally belonged to him. This is the pill transformation Heavenly Furnace, have you heard of it? Qin Yun asked. What? This is the pill transformation Heavenly Furnace? Chu Wuxing's expression changed. He is filled with shock. Then he circled around the pill transformation Heavenly Furnace. It seems like this pill transformation Heavenly Furnace is very famous. Qin Yun laughed. Heaven's Secrets Gate still underestimated you. I did not expect you to have such a good thing in your hands. Chu Wuxing is very envious and sighed. Qin Yun said, Heaven's Secrets Gate also attaches great importance to this furnace? It was not like this before, I just evolved it into a heavenly universe divine tool. Chu Wuxing placed his hand on the pill transformation heavenly furnace and said, So you did not waste the heavenly universe origin body. It is best to use it on the pill transformation heavenly furnace. Not only our Heaven's Secrets Gate, the entire law enforcement world, the strongest people of the Divine Sun descendants all want this pill transformation heavenly furnace. Qin Yun is very surprised that the pill transformation heavenly furnace is so attractive to the Divine Sun descendant. Why? Qin Yun's expression is filled with doubt. He asked, You should need the spirit creation heavenly furnace even more. Because it can increase the quality of all kinds of things. For example, if you put a large amount of stones into the pill transformation heavenly furnace and refine them, they will turn into a pill. And this pill must be of very good material. The pill transformation heavenly furnace can turn waste into treasure. Qin Yun nodded and said, But it requires a lot of energy. Chu Wuxing shook his head and smiled. Energy? Is there enough energy inside the Divine Sun? Divine Sun descendants need very strong body. If the materials used to make the body have been refined by the pill transformation heavenly furnace, it will be very strong. Old Chu, if you have the materials, I can help you refine it. If you need a strong body, I can also help you. You should know that I am an inscription master, right? Qin Yun said. Of course I know. However, you are not good at making puppet bodies. You don't have any experience in this field. Chu Wuxing shook his head. You don't have any experience in this field. Qin Yun secretly urged the heavenly puppet inscription spirit and released blood spirit power. Then through a large amount of inscription spirits, he condensed a human figure in the air. Chu Wuxing looked at the human figure formed from densely packed runes and can't help but take a deep breath. He exclaimed in admiration and said, If I am not wrong, these runes contain heavenly puppet mysteries. You have heavenly puppet inscription spirit? Divine King Jiangxian, who had heavenly puppet inscription spirit, was killed by me. Qin Yun said with smile. Good. Very good. Chu Wuxing suddenly became very excited. Qin Yun took out a sound transmission divine pearl and handed it over to Chu Wuxing. Although Chu Wuxing suffered a setback in this trip, he also gained some and lost some. At least he saw the hope of having a strong body. Chu Wuxing left. He wants to return to the Heaven Secrets sect. Because if he wants Qin Yun to help him refine a body, he must first prove his worth. Heaven Secrets sect, no matter how mysterious you are, I will definitely uncover your veil and trample you under my feet. Qin Yun flew in the sky and looked at the distant dark void. After returning to Bright Moon City's Crystal Moon Lane, Tian Rui and Tian Yu also went to do their own things. They can't be exposed, so they have to keep some distance from Qin Yun. Qin Yun is resting inside the Crystal Moon Lane, pondering over how to make better and more popular cigarette. Yu Yen is also in Bright Moon City. She is making all kinds of inquiries. This is her specialty. After Qin Yun rested for a day, Ming Yunyue sent a message through sound transmission divine pearl. Old cousin, something happened to your 9 Yang divine palaces people in Myriad Heaven's divine moon. I will immediately go to the Crystal Moon Lane. Ming Yunyue's voice transmitted over. Alright. Qin Yun is also somewhat anxious. Although he announced that he was leaving the 9 Yang divine palace, it was still the 9 Yang divine palace after all. If he knew that something had happened, he would definitely help. After Ming Yunyue returned, she went straight to Qin Yun's suite and said, Follow me immediately, let's go out of the city. Qin Yun has also changed his appearance. He contacted Yu Yen and then they left the city together. He was in Ming Yunyue's ship and asked, What happened? Someone set up a trap and tricked the 9 Yang Divine Palace. According to the information I have, it was done by a vice sect master of the Bright Moon sect. Ming Yunhue said, this vice sect master's name is Zhong Li. He sold a problematic mine to the 9 Yang Divine Palace and cheated them of a large sum of money. Yu Yan said, why are all of you guys from the Bright Moon sect so sinister? Ming Yunhue spread out her hands and said, there's nothing I can do. Even I, the Bright Moon Saintess, have been cheated by those elders. Qin Yun asked, what about now? The 9 Yang Divine Palace is furious. They gathered a group of people and clashed with Zhong Li's people near the mine. After that, they were all captured by the Alliance Patrol and Zhong Li is rushing over to deal with it. Ming Yunhue said, Alliance Patrol? Will they be biased towards Zhong Li? Qin Yun said, according to the information I just heard, the captains of the Alliance Patrol are usually from the Divine Moon Clan. There are also patrolling teams that are made up of women from the Divine Moon Clan. Yu Yan said. Qin Yun nodded and said, if it's the Divine Moon Clan that deals with it, then I believe they will definitely be fair. Ming Yunhue shook her head and said, it's hard to say. Because the matter of the 9 Yang Divine Palace being tricked, the Vice Sect Master did it flawlessly. And the 9 Yang Divine Palace made a move first, it's already confirmed. Zhong Li is the Vice Sect Master. He is also going to deal with it, right? Qin Yun took out the myriad Heaven Divine Saber and wiped the blade. He said, if this Zhong Li doesn't admit it, then I'll chop him up on the spot. Yu Yan and Ming Yunhue looked at each other. They did not doubt Qin Yun's words. The seemingly calm man in front of them did what he said. Ming Yunhue's ship flew for more than half a day before arriving at the mine. Looking from the sky, the place had already been dug into a mess. There were definitely no good ores left. The person in charge of taking over the 9 Yang Divine Palace trusted Zhong Li too much, so he was tricked into taking over the mine. They're over there. Ming Yunhue pointed to the ground in front of her and said, old cousin, if you can talk, then talk. If you can't, then it won't be too late to make a move. Qin Yun put away his saber and said, that depends on whether Zhong Li is willing to talk or not. If this guy wants to eat the 9 Yang Divine Palace, then I can only kill him. With Qin Yun's current strength, he did not need to waste words with those traitors. His plan was to give the other party a good beating first. That way they would be more honest when they talked. Chapter 2594. Qin Yun and Li Shuang's relationship is pretty good. It's just that he doesn't know if it can still be like before. After all, there are still misunderstandings between them. Duchess Li Shuang and Feng Yu had a good relationship. Now that Feng Yu's whereabouts were unknown, Li Shuang was very sad. If he was facing Duchess Li Shuang, he would be very nervous. He immediately retracted his aura. He did not want to embarrass Duchess Li Shuang. He had already changed his appearance, and he was following behind Ming Yunhue. Yu Yan was by his side, so he should not be recognized. Everyone knew that Ming Yunhue and the 9 Yang God Palace were working together. White Death and the Little Palace Spirit were in charge of managing the 9 Yang God Palace and increasing their cooperation with Ming Yunhue. Something happened to the 9 Yang Divine Palace in the Divine Moon of the Heavens, so of course Ming Yunhue had to immediately come forward to help. Soon, Ming Yunhue landed on the ground with Qin Yun. There were more than 1,000 people here. Most of them were from the 9 Yang Divine Palace. The others were the Alliance's patrol team and deputy sect leader Zhong Li's men. Others were sent by other factions to scout the situation. As expected, Li Shuang was here. Her fair face was filled with dignity as she coldly looked at the crowd. Her black and red armor continuously flickered with red light, giving her a valiant and formidable-looking aura. At the same time, she looked quite beautiful. The 5 kings of the mystic moon race were not present. Although Li Shuang was still a duke, everyone knew that in the mystic moon race, her status was the same as a king's. When Qin Yun saw Li Shuang, he immediately determined that her cultivation level had increased significantly. He hadn't been able to contact Little Phoenix recently, so he had no idea what was going on inside the Mystic Moon clan. However, he could guess that after the Divine Moon race entered the Divine Moon's core and inherited the Divine Moon of the heavens, the entire Divine Moon race would definitely improve greatly. "Sister Li Shuang, how's it going?" Ming Yunyue walked over and asked. She had a good relationship with Yu Shangyun, and she often came into contact with the women of the Divine Moon clan. As a result, the Divine Moon clan had a rather good impression of the Bright Moon Holy Maiden. At present, we can confirm that it was the people from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace who attacked first, Li Shuang said. It was Zhongli, that grandson, who set us up. We have no place to reason with them, so we can only kill them. The person who spoke was a man with a full beard. His hair was golden red and looked like a lion's head. It was the Heavenly Lion King, and he was holding onto two huge axes. Other than the Heavenly Lion King, Shinyu Tianlong was also present. All of them had taken on human form. There are also a few old and middle-aged men with sword aura all over their bodies. They seem to be very strong. They are Jian Shitian and the others from Jian family. After all, they were here to fight, so the Nine-Yang Divine Palace had sent out experts from the various palaces. There was an advantage to sending out such experts. Once their strength was guaranteed, they would be able to intimidate their opponent. Even if the Alliance Patrol wanted to intervene, they would have to be very careful. If they fought, the Nine-Yang Shrine was not weak at all. The Dragon Hall, Beast Hall, and Sword Hall were all powerful halls. In addition, there were also the Fire Hall and the Thunder Hall. They probably had to guard the Nine-Yang Divine Palace, which was why they did not come. Qin Yun stood behind Ming Yunyue and secretly observed the few hundred Nine-Yang Divine Palace members. They mainly came from Dragon Hall, Beast Hall, Sword Hall and a few Soul Hall. The Nine-Yang Divine Palace has grown extremely quickly. Unknowingly, it has also become a very powerful force. This operation should be the first time the Nine-Yang Divine Palace has fought outside after many days of silence. Qin Yun nodded inwardly. He did not often stay in the Nine-Yang Divine Palace. Seeing that the Nine-Yang Divine Palace had such strength, he was filled with joy. The Divine Moon clan that Li Shuang was from had once stayed in the Heavenly Sword formation for a period of time. Although that kind of thing happened to Qin Yun, the entire Divine Moon clan had a good impression of the Nine-Yang Divine Palace. Nine-Yang Divine Palace, you bunch of fellows, don't talk nonsense. This matter is something that we are willing to take. We did not swindle you. The one who spoke is a middle-aged man standing beside Vice Sect Master Zhongli. Zhongli is a thin old man of medium height. He is dressed in ordinary clothes and looks very inconspicuous. He did not make a sound. Doing business is about integrity. We heard that you are the Vice Sect Master of the Bright Moon Sect, so we believed you. However, you sold us a waste mine at a high price. Jian Shitian said slowly. We came to reason with you, but you are unreasonable. You even retorted and said that we swindled you. The middle-aged man behind Zhongli said with a sneer. It was you who did not verify the reserves of this mine. Who can you blame? It was you who said that this mine belonged to Vice Sect Master Zhongli and that there was no need to verify it. You said that the Vice Sect Master would definitely not swindle people. We believed you, but you deceived us. Jian Shitian also knew that with Li Shuang here, they could not continue fighting. Ming Yunyue looked at Zhongli and said, Zhongli, our Bright Moon Sect is one of the members of the Divine Moon Alliance. As the Vice Sect Master, you did such a despicable thing. This will bring shame to our Bright Moon Sect. Zhongli still said nothing. The middle-aged man behind him acted like a mouthpiece and called out, Bright Moon Saintess, you're a member of our Bright Moon Sect. You should be standing on our side. Why are you helping us now? I don't associate with bandits, Ming Yunhua said coldly. This caused the people from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace to nod their heads in praise. Qin Yun, the one who created the Nine-Yang Divine Palace, did something that harmed the Divine Moon Clan. Qin Yun is a great sex fiend. His conduct is extremely evil. His Nine-Yang Divine Palace is definitely not a good thing, the middle-aged man said with sneer. So what if he tricked them? Furthermore, it was them who didn't have eyes. Who can they blame? Li Shuang's expression sank and shouted, Qin Yun has never done anything to harm the Divine Moon Clan. Please don't listen to the rumors. Sensing Li Shuang's terrifying might, the middle-aged man did not dare to say another word. No matter what, Qin Yun has helped the Divine Moon Clan pass through many difficult times. Li Shuang was also saved by Qin Yun. Otherwise, she and many of her sisters would have become sacrifices long ago. They would never forget this kindness. Zhongli suddenly spoke and said unhurriedly, Duke Li Shuang, you are the leader of the Alliance's patrol team. The people from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace acted first in the Divine Moon of the Heavens. Shouldn't you deal with them according to the rules? Rules are dead, people are alive. The Nine-Yang Divine Palace came to my Divine Moon of the Heavens to do business, but they were deceived first. Since they couldn't find anyone to deal with them, they could only resort to such a method. They were deceived and bullied by the local tyrant. They were helpless in the Divine Moon of the Heavens. This is also the responsibility of our Divine Moon Clan. Li Shuang's eyes flickered with a sharp light as she stared at Zhongli. The Divine Moon of the Heavens is open to the outside world, and the Divine Moon Clan is the boss of the Divine Moon of the Heavens. They have great authority. Zhongli and the others really did not expect that. The Divine Moon Clan would actually help the Nine-Yang Divine Palace. They also secretly cursed the rumors about Qin Yun. Li Shuang sneered and said, What? Do you really think that just because the Divine Moon Clan and the Nine-Yang Divine Palace are irreconcilable, you can wantonly bully the Nine-Yang Divine Palace? Our Divine Moon Clan's great emperor already said that it was just a rumor. Ming Yunhua said, This is the result of listening to rumors. Zhongli, as the vice-sect master, you have done such a despicable thing and still shamelessly feel that it is natural. This is a humiliation to our Bright Moon sect. After I return, I will definitely report this matter to the sect master. Zhongli did not lie. This mine was bought by them. Before buying the mine, they did not explore the reserve. What does this have to do with us? Furthermore, we never promised how many mines we would have. Zhongli said very calmly. This mine has ores, maybe a lot of them. It's just that they are hidden very deep. He was also acting shamelessly now, putting on a "what can you do to me?" Li Shuang secretly gritted her teeth. Zhongli's strength was not weak. As the vice-sect master, he had a lot of resources and had recently obtained a lot of remnant sun souls. The people around him were also the top experts of the Bright Moon sect. In addition, the souls of the Bright Moon sect's disciples were immortal, so they were not afraid of death. How about this? We can invite the sect master and all the members of the alliance to come out and reason with us. Zhongli coldly snorted and said, This matter can clearly be properly discussed, but these barbaric fellows from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace attacked first. Your alliance patrol team is still covering up for them. At this moment, a saber suddenly appeared in Qin Yun's hand. He took 2 steps forward and arrived in front of Zhongli. He slashed out horizontally, creating several saber shadows that cut Zhongli's body into 4 pieces. Qin Yun carried his head and stuffed it into the soul creation heavenly cauldron. He then looked at Zhongli's subordinates and said, If you want Zhongli's dog head back, sure, but you must return the Divine Universe Goldstones from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace and pay another 1,000,000 Divine Universe Goldstones. When you are done, Zhongli's dog head will scram back to Bright Moon City. You! The middle-aged man behind Zhongli was stunned. Just as he said one word, Qin Yun's body suddenly disappeared with a flash. Li Shuang immediately chased after him. She did not know that it was Qin Yun, but since someone was doing such a thing under her nose, she could not ignore it. The people from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace immediately felt comfortable. Shen Yu Tianlong and the Heavenly Lion King were very familiar with Qin Yun. They knew that the person who had attacked earlier was Qin Yun. Although they could not recognize him, they could guess. Bright Moon Holy Lady, who was that guy just now? A middle-aged man from Zhong Li's side shouted. I don't know him. Can you prove that I know him? Ming Yunyue spread her hands and said, I saw him on the way here. He followed me here. I saw that he was not in danger, so I let him stand behind me. Is that not okay? She knew that Qin Yun wanted to chop up Zhong Li. However, she did not expect Qin Yun to do it so easily. Zhong Li was really like a piece of wood and was taken care of by Qin Yun in a few moves. Li Shuang chased after Qin Yun. She found it a little strange because the aura she sensed was very unique. It seemed to be deliberately leaked, and only she could sense it. Qin Yun did not want to make things difficult for Li Shuang, so he deliberately let her chase after him. Otherwise, others would say that she did not do anything. Qin Yun flew in the air and controlled his speed, letting Li Shuang catch up to him. After flying for 4 hours, he finally stopped and landed on the ground. Chapter 2595. Li Shuang landed in front of Qin Yun. She looked at the travel-worn, middle-aged uncle in front of her and felt that his eyes were very familiar. She had previously noticed the person behind Ming Yunyue, but she did not pay much attention to him. Now that he took a closer look, he found it more and more familiar. You deliberately let me chase up to you? Li Shuang held her heavy sword as she stared into Qin Yun's eyes with a frown. Duke Li Shuang, I am Qin Yun. Qin Yun said. Li Shuang stared at Qin Yun in a daze for a long while before she put away her heavy sword. She sighed and said, I should have known it was you. Qin Yun's disguise technique was indeed brilliant. In addition, his aura did not leak out at all, so he was not recognized. I will return Zhong Li's head and soul, Qin Yun said, but I will have to wait for his subordinates to return the Divine Universe Goldstones. Indeed, this is the only way to deal with such hooligans. Because I am the captain of the patrol team, I can't do that. I hope you can understand, Li Shuang said. She also felt a little guilty because she couldn't help the Nine-Yang Divine Palace. I am very grateful that you are willing to side with the Nine-Yang Divine Palace. Qin Yun revealed a smile and asked, Is your Divine Moon clan currently at the moon's core? Li Shuang nodded. Don't worry, little Phoenix will be fine. Where's Sister Kiru? Is she also down there? Qin Yun always wanted to know Xie Kiru's situation. She's inside the core and can't come out for the time being. Li Shuang bit her red lips as though she had made a huge decision. She asked, Qin Yun, you said that Blood Moon and Dark Moon are traitors. Do you have any proof? Qin Yun shook his head. I don't have enough evidence yet. The reason why I put down the Nine-Yang Divine Palace is because of this matter. I will find the culprit and allow Feng Yu to return to the Divine Moon Clan. Is Feng Yu really not dead? Li Shuang's cold and determined eyes involuntarily became moist. Tears flowed from her eyes and slid down her beautiful face. You should be able to determine their life and death, right? Don't you have their pearl of life? Qin Yun felt his heart ache when he saw Li Shuang's sad tears. Yes, they're all broken, completely broken. Li Shuang could not help but cry bitterly. She sobbed. Ever since the day Big Sister Xiang Yun came back, we were sure that Big Sister Feng Yu and the others were dead. But we never blamed you, we really didn't blame you. Qin Yun let out a long sigh as he extended his hand to wipe Li Shuang's tears. Li Shuang suddenly threw herself into Qin Yun's embrace and cried bitterly. Qin Yun gently embraced her and said in low voice, Thank you for understanding me. Qin Yun, we absolutely do not believe that you are the person who would do such a thing. After Li Shuang finished crying, she sobbed softly. But big sister Shang Yun believes that she has already decided to cut off all contact with you. In the Divine Moon Clan, we don't dare to mention you. We can only discuss it in private. You trusted me so much, but I screwed up. Qin Yun blamed himself. This is all my fault. If I had told you about this, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Li Shuang left Qin Yun's embrace and wiped away her tears. Qin Yun, can you tell me the details? Qin Yun took out the 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda and brought Li Shuang inside. He told Li Shuang everything, including the fact that Yu Tian suspects Mu Yu of being a spy. Li Shuang repeatedly shook her head after hearing everything. She finds this very hard to accept. I can let you enter the vicinity of my nether sun and take a look at them. Qin Yun somewhat doubtfully said, They should not be dead, why did the life pearl shatter? I will go in and take a look first. Li Shuang is not that sad now because Feng Yu might still be alive. Qin Yun released the Nether Sun Dao statue's Holy Tribulation Gate and asked Ling Yuner to protect her. Feng Yu followed Ling Yuner and very soon arrived near the Nether Sun Dao statue. Nether Sun is very big inside the Holy Tribulation Gate. People near the Nether Sun are as small as dust particles and time is still in this place. After Feng Yu arrived, she saw Feng Yu, Shui Yu, Hua Yu, Xian Rujing and Yi Yaoshui. They are all asleep, their snow jade-like skin has many black runes on them. She heard from Qin Yun before that these are the runes of Terminator Xian Kill Curse. So it is like this, their souls are in deep slumber, they are in a state of suspended animation. Moreover, after entering this place, their connection with the life pearl was completely cut off, that is why their life pearl shattered. Li Shuang's hands are gently caressing Feng Yu and Shui Yu's faces, then she even kissed Feng Yu's cheeks. She is finally not that sad. Instead she feels bad for Qin Yun. After Li Shuang confirmed that Feng Yu and the others are not dead, she felt a lot relieved and immediately left Qin Yun's Holy Tribulation Gate. After coming out, she can be considered to have seen how powerful Qin Yun is. She felt incomparably shocked when she was near the Nether Sun Dao statue. And this is only one of Qin Yun's 10 Dao statues. I will surely wake them up. Qin Yun promised Li Shuang. I am sure you will be able to do it. Li Shuang's face revealed a faint smile and said, Qin Yun, after I return, I will surely explain everything to Sister Shang Yun. No need to explain. She is very good to me. She helped me refute the rumors and did not retaliate against the 9 Yang Divine Palace. I can see that she also believes me in her heart. It is just that in order to give you an explanation, she had no choice but to sever ties with me. Qin Yun said with smile. It seems like you understand her quite well. Li Shuang lightly smiled. Qin Yun sighed and said, I have not been the acting clan emperor of Divine Moon Clan for long and in a short while, I caused you to lose 5 kings. It is normal for Sister Shang Yun to be sad. Ling Yuner tenderly laughed and said, Sister Li Shuang, you all trust Xiao Yun so much, it is truly rare. Don't tell me you don't believe the words of that fake Dark Moon King? In short, many sisters have seen Qin Yun before. If he is truly a sex fiend, they would be able to tell with a glance. Li Shuang somewhat sadly sighed and said, I also don't know if Dark Moon and Shui Yu are still alive or not. Heaven's secret sect will definitely keep them because they still have value. Heaven's secret sect will not be stupid enough to kill them all. Qin Yun patted Li Shuang's shoulder and said, Leave this matter to me. I will surely rescue them. Li Shuang nodded and said, Qin Yun, I believe you. I don't have sound transmission Divine Pearl. If you need anything, you can contact me through Yun Yu. Qin Yun said, No problem. I will go back and ask Little Phoenix for it. Li Shuang said, Qin Yun, don't blame Sister Shang Yun. She did not intentionally prevent you from contacting us. I think that she placed the entire Divine Moon clan in the Moon Heart to prevent us from contacting the outside world. Maybe she is also investigating whether there are any traitors in the Divine Moon clan. Indeed. This kind of thing is very hard to say. If there are still traitors, we must find them as soon as possible. Qin Yun has always been worried about this matter. Qin Yun, I have something I need your help with, Li Shuang said with some difficulty. Please speak, I will definitely help you, Qin Yun said. I heard that you can perfectly fuse runes into a person's body and soul. I will have to trouble you to carve a set of Sun Dragon Totem into my body, and it would be best to carve Nether Moon Totem into my soul, Li Shuang said. Qin Yun said with frown, Why do you want to carve Sun Dragon Totem into your body? Li Shuang said, I want to cultivate Sun Dragon Dao, it can make me stronger. I went to the ancestor god Sun and talked to an old granny from the Sun Dragon race. She suggested that I cultivate this Dao. If I can carve Sun Dragon Totem into my body, that would be the best. Qiaofeng said that you have Sun Dragon Totem. This is no problem, however. Qin Yun spread out his hands and laughed awkwardly. You know what I mean. Li Shuang lightly smiled. Shall we begin now? All right. Follow me. Qin Yun brought Li Shuang to another floor. There is a bed here. After Li Shuang came in, she quickly took off her clothes and let Qin Yun begin carving runes. Qin Yun's mind is not distracted. He is very attentive and proficient in carving runes. Now, the runes he carves contain a bit of Imperial Heaven rune, so they will also become very strong. There are many complicated runes, but in the end, they all perfectly fused into Li Shuang's flesh and bones. They are like meridians and bone marrow, becoming a part of Li Shuang's body. It's done. Whether or not you can unleash formidable power will depend on your perception. Qin Yun is also somewhat tired. After all, he is carving very powerful runes. Moreover, he wants to transform the runes into meridians. Li Shuang slowly put on her clothes and armor and said with smile, Thank you. I knew you weren't a sex fiend. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, Using yourself to test me, isn't this too risky? Yuelon and Tianzi said long ago that you are a lecherous person but have no guts. Li Shuang giggled and said. Qin Yun rolled his eyes and said, There is still the Nether Moon Totem. Let's begin. Aren't you tired? Li Shuang is very concerned and asked. I'm not tired. Quickly begin. Qin Yun said with smile. Li Shuang cooperated with Qin Yun and let him refine her soul and transform it into Nether Moon Totem. After Qin Yun finished, he is indeed very tired. However, he has a small white divine sun inside his 9 sun divine spirit. He can quickly recover by absorbing the divine power of the small white divine Sunday. At this time, Ming Yunyue sent a message. Old cousin, those people have admitted defeat. Is the 9 Yang Divine Palace satisfied? Qin Yun asked. They are all satisfied. Ming Yunyue said with smile. Let that guy go. Qin Yun told Li Shuang about this matter and told her to leave this place. Then, he released Zhongli's head and kicked it far away. Zhongli only has a head but he can still fly in the air. After being kicked away, he immediately flew back. Qin Yun flew back to Bright Moon City from the other side. He is preparing to return to God Desolate and start selling cigarette. After returning to Bright Moon City, Qin Yun received good news from An Wukong. An Wukong and others have already created that kind of magic mirror. It is just that it is not completely formed yet, but it is already being used on a small scale. Qin Yun immediately contacted Ming Yongtian and told him to go to God Desolate as soon as possible. Qin Yun told Tian Yu and Tian Rui to finish dealing with the matters in Bright Moon City and then head to God Desolate. He needs them to help him sell cigarettes. Chapter 2596. Qin Yun wants to find An Wukong, not only because of the magic mirror but also because of the heavenly secret sect. According to Chu Wuxing's description of the heavenly secret sect, it is very likely that they are hidden in many hidden spaces. Even Chu Wuxing has no way of knowing their exact location. And Wukong is the emperor of the alien space race. He is very familiar with space profundity, so he must have a way to track them. Qin Yun brought Yu Yen back to the Divine Court Heavenly City. Originally, he wanted to find the space god and go with him to the alien space ancient city. However, he found out that the space god is also in the alien space ancient city. The alien space ancient city is not far from the Divine Court Heavenly City. It is not floating in the sky, it has already landed next to a very large lake. This place was originally very desolate. There are a large number of barren mountains here. After the alien space ancient city arrived, the surrounding environment has been greatly transformed. Within a few days, a beautiful lake has appeared, green mountains and clear waters, birds are chirping and flowers are fragrant. The scenery is very beautiful. It can be seen that the alien space ancient city loves this land very much. They truly regard Divine Desolate as their new home. Qin Yun and Yu Yen arrived outside the alien space ancient city. From the outside, the city looks very ancient. It has not been renovated at all. I did not expect that I would enter the nest of the alien space race. Yu Yen was captured by Qin Yun in this city. What made her feel the most inconceivable is that Qin Yun actually released the alien space race. Although she is not a core member of the Heavenly Secret Sect, she still knows about the alien space race. The law enforcers spent a lot of effort to seal them. After Qin Yun released them, they immediately captured a large group of law enforcers. When the law enforcers attacked the Through Heaven Sword formation, the alien space ancient city suddenly appeared and used space to trap the law enforcers. The illusory space of the alien space race can trap the souls of the descendants of Divine Sun race. No matter how the souls of the descendants of Divine Sun race try to break through space, they will be lost inside the illusory space. When Qin Yun entered, he told Yu Yen about this. Hearing this, she secretly felt fear. If the souls of the descendants of Divine Sun race were trapped like this, they would be better off dead than alive. Brother and said that they can only temporarily trap the souls of the descendants of Divine Sun race. They will eventually be able to escape. Qin Yun said. Even if he can escape, it will be many years later. Yu Yen shook her head. He will become stupid after being trapped for so long. When Qin Yun arrived, he had already informed An Wukong. When An Wukong sensed Qin Yun's arrival, he immediately teleported him and Yu Yen to a spacious and bright hall in the city. The spatial god and the nameless old man were also here, playing with a magic mirror in their hand. Master! Wu Xiaoding walked over with a smile. This short and thin middle-aged man looked very spirited, and his appearance had become much more handsome. Little Ding, you've changed. I almost couldn't recognize you. Qin Yun chuckled. I just changed my appearance, Wu Xiaoding said with a smile. And Wukong walked over with a smile and handed Qin Yun a small rectangular mirror. He said, Brother Qin, is this what you were talking about before? Qin Yun took it and looked at it, then said with smile, More or less, more or less. This magic mirror thing needs to be used by many people. This way, the news of God Desolate will spread very quickly. There will also be images and sound. Master, there are several types of these things. The main thing is that the permissions are different. The ones we sell are the most common ones. And the ones we use have very high permissions. We can even determine the location of other people and quickly track them. Wu Xiaoding said. If we use a good teleportation magic tool, after determining the location of the user, we can immediately teleport there. Once our enemies use it, they will be able to kill them as soon as they discover them. An Wukong said. An Wukong learned about the usage of magic mirror from Wu Xiaoding. It can release all kinds of news and also control the spread of all kinds of news. If they want to discredit a person or a faction, they only need to control the news and make it stay at the top for a period of time. This thing cannot be refined on a large scale. We will need a lot of transcendence divine stone. Space God felt very helpless talking about this matter. Indeed. Qin Yun cannot help but sigh. We don't need it. We just need to add a little bit. The main thing is to use our space runes to connect to our magic mirror great formation. And we have space origin stones. We can easily sense the space runes inside the magic mirror and open it up, An Wukong said with smile. Space God said in pleasant surprise. If this is the case, won't we be able to refine and sell them very quickly? An Wukong nodded and said, Indeed. We will arrange people to make them and sell them. The old man said with smile, When the time comes, the Myriad Realms Divine Court will be in charge of promoting it. I believe it will become popular very quickly. Qin Yun is studying the structure of the magic mirror. It is indeed not difficult to make. He only needs to be familiar with the space runes. There is a small pit inside the magic mirror. It can hold several divine space golden stones. To use it, you need to pay a fee. You can use it for a month by putting in 5 divine space golden stones. And these divine space golden stones will be transferred to the strange space ancient city. Soon after, An Wukong and Qin Yun went to a small hall to discuss. An Wukong very generously gave the whole set of space runes to Qin Yun. This way, Qin Yun can make them himself and connect them to the magic mirror great formation for free. Moreover, Qin Yun has the highest authority. The magic mirror he uses can be said to be the one with the highest authority. Brethren, I need your help, only you can do it. Qin Yun said. Please speak, no need to be polite. An Wukong said. Qin Yun talked about the heavenly secret sect. An Wukong and his strange space race have been fighting with the law enforcement world for a long time, so they know about the heavenly secret sect. Qin Yun briefly explained the situation of the heavenly secret sect, so that An Wukong can roughly understand the importance of the heavenly secrets sect to the law enforcement world. Finally, he talked about the hiding place of the heavenly secret sect. I need brethren to help me refine a tracking device. It can track the location of the heavenly secret sect. This way we can know where the heavenly secret sect is, then we can make a plan to defeat them. Qin Yun said. No problem, I will make it for Brother Qin as soon as possible. And Wukong patted his chest and said. Then I will thank Brother Qin in advance. Oh right, this matter must be kept secret. Qin Yun said. And Wukong nodded his head. I won't tell anyone. If it is leaked, it will definitely alarm the heavenly secret sect. After the private discussion, Qin Yun took 10+ devil mirrors and left. And Wukong also said that the magic mirror will be given to the members of the 9 Yang Divine Palace for free. Yu Yen also has a magic mirror in her hand. She is taking a selfie, recording her beautiful face in the magic mirror and then sending it to Qin Yun. She originally wanted to send it to the whole magic mirror platform, but she is a dark operative of heavenly secrets, so she can only send it to Qin Yun. Ling Yun and Zi Qingqing also have one each, so that they can easily understand the outside world. Qin Yun contacted Yun Long and others of the Imperial Heaven Pawnshop and told them about the magic mirror, so that when they have time, they can go to the strange space ancient city to collect it. There is a villa in the eastern part of the Divine Court Heavenly City. There are many small houses here, only rich people can live in. Yu Yen also has a small house here. At this time, Qin Yun is in the hall of the small house, looking impatiently at the pictures sent by Yu Yen. Little Yen, you are right in front of me. Is it fun to send me pictures? Qin Yun looked at Yu Yen and said with a smile. I think it's fun. Master Qin, don't you think I took very good pictures? Yu Yen lightly snorted and said. Qin Yun speechlessly shook his head. Tian Rui, Tian Yu and Ming Yongtian arrived very quickly. As soon as they arrived, Qin Yun told them about the magic mirror and gave one to each of them. After they got it, Yu Yen immediately connected to their magic mirror and started taking all kinds of selfies. If this thing is brought to the divine moon of the heavens, it will definitely sell very well. After Ming Yongtian understood the specific use of the magic mirror, he praised it incessantly. Tianrui said with frown, "This thing is not very safe. According to the principle, it is very likely that one's position will be exposed at any time. Moreover, everything recorded inside can be stolen. Once the information released on the magic mirror platform is manipulated, it will form an invisible power that can make people blindly believe certain rumors." "That's right, but don't worry. The magic mirror in your hands is encrypted. It was modified by me," Qin Yun said with smile. He also secretly admires Tianrui. He can see so many problems in a short time. If Master Qin is in control, then this is an advantage, Tianrui said with smile. In the future, when more and more people use the magic mirror, we can advertise and sell cigarettes on it. Won't our business be very good? We can even find some young and beautiful experts to help us advertise, Ming Yongtian said with mischievous smile. If I was not from Heaven's secret sect, I would have become the most popular beauty in Divine Desolate just because of those selfies I posted. Yu Yen very narcissistically looked at the magic mirror and sighed with regret. Qin Yun took out a storage bag, handed it over to Ming Yongtian and said, "Brother Ming, this bag contains the cigarettes I made recently. Help me sell them in Divine Court, Heavenly City." "So many. Old cousin, how did you make them?" Ming Yongtian promptly took out a box and handed it over to Tianrui and others. After they smoked one, they all praised it one after another, saying that it is much better than the ones they bought in Bright Moon City. Yu Yen also smoked one, but she discovered that this batch of cigarettes is not as good as the box Qin Yun gave her. But she did not say anything. After all, they are going to sell in large quantities. Naturally, they won't be that good. "Brother Ming, after you sell them, you can take a portion of the reward. As for my share, I will give it to your sister, consider it my debt," Qin Yun said. "All right, I will make around 1 million. Oh, that's right, I need to find a shop. I want to make a fortune in Divine Court, Heavenly City," Ming Yongtian said with smile. Qin Yun contacted the nameless old man and asked him to bring Ming Yongtian to find a shop. Tianrui and Tian Yu also followed along. They will help Ming Yongtian analyze the situation here. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.